Okay. Yep. We've started the broadcast. We are live. Just wait for see if a couple of people jump in. How you been anyways?
Good. I've been good.
Yeah.
Um.
Not overworked?
Uh. A little bit, but it's not like I plan on stopping anytime soon.
Yeah. The grind goes on. Okay. Yeah, me, I've been good. Um just standing every day. I can't lie though, this weekend I was so busy. This weekend there was so much stuff going on, like because I like I go church. We have a youth group and everything as well. So this
Yeah.
weekend we had some youth group activities, and then church on Sunday, football, like just super busy. Um,
Yeah. Sounds like a lot.
yeah, man, yeah, but like the chapter, man, I don't know. Oh, hey Yoki, what's good?
What's up, man?
The chapter
Mocha mocha.
today, oof,
Oh yeah, it was.
it was something, huh?
Yeah, that's one word for it.
Yo, BioShell. Oh
What's up?
wait, PXG actually winning. Wait, what's going on? Don't lie to me. Ooh, it's 1-1. It's 1-1. Oh, who do you have? PXG or sorry, PXG, PSG or Liverpool winning?
None of them. I see.
Yeah, what one has to win, obviously.
Nah. None of
Because
them have to win.
one has to win. No, not the whole Champions League, but just this match. Just this match. Yes,
I mean,
Chad.
you asking me? I don't watch football. Like
Okay, but
I,
but out
I'm one
of
of
the
the people that doesn't
names,
have a team. Oh,
out
I
of
guess PSG, just because.
yeah.
Actually, no, Liverpool, because Raven's
What?
a huge Liverpool fan.
Wow,
So I know my
wow.
man would be mad if I didn't.
Yo, what's good? What's good, Chad?
What's
Um,
up, everyone?
yeah, man. I mean, yeah, that game. I thought the game was over, but it's going to extra time. Looks like they might go to penalties. It'll be interesting to see who ends up winning. But I think we can get started. We've got good few in here. Um, everyone that's in here, please hit the like button. Let's get it spread. And hopefully it'll bring in some more people as well. What's
Yeah.
good, Emerald Ace?
What's up, Emerald?
What's good, BioShell? What's good, uh, Big the Boss? Ooh, that's a new name, man. Hope you're good. Yes, Kurubis 07. Hope you're good. And Ruby, sorry, Ruddy Met Met Metizier. Oh, yo, did you sing analyst? Bro, I need to get some glasses, man. I need to get some glasses because I wear contacts, but I won't even lie. I've not changed them in like 6 years. I've not changed them in six. I've not updated my contacts in 6 years, so I think I'm I need to go back to Specsavers. Do you guys have Specsavers over there, or is that just an English thing?
I have no idea.
It's an
Doesn't sound
optician.
familiar.
Like,
Optometrist?
no,
Or
optometrist, opticians.
I don't know. What's that?
Oh, it's the
Is
eye
that an eye
eye people,
doctor?
eye doctors. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's an optometrist.
Is that what you guys call it?
I think so. Optometrist. Yeah, that's an eye doctor
Okay,
or an eye
we
care professional.
we call them opticians.
Ah.
Yeah, I need to go back there and yeah, Karubi knows should have gone to Specsavers. I need to go back there and update my specs on my eyes and get some new contacts. But yeah, I mean we've got a good few in right now. So I think we're good to start. Um
Real
and
quick question: how does you wear glasses or contacts? You mentioned.
yeah, yeah,
How does that
contacts.
work with like for example, cosplaying stuff? Like, can you wear like
Hmm.
cosplay contacts, or is it like
Yeah, so I can't wear them on top of the contacts I already have. Um So if I was to cosplay and put some contacts in, I would be blind or I'd have to wear glasses on top. Not
gotcha?
like
Okay,
I'm not exactly blind, I'm short sighted, so like things closer up, fine. But as things get further away they get blurrier. Oh,
I
Karubi's from
gotcha.
the UK, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Um but yeah, so chapter 295, was it
Yeah, it's 295.
yes, 295. And it started off with the whole Nagi, Rayo, and Chigiri thing, which
Yeah,
I'm so happy Chigiri scored. Um,
yeah.
I didn't have him down to score in this match to be honest, but I'm really glad he did. Funnily enough, today at work I was going through the Manshine game to try and get some images uh of Isagi so that
Mhm.
I can swap his kit to a Real Madrid kit. I don't know if you've seen the thumbnail to this video.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so
The
I did Isagi in the Real Madrid kit. Um, and I was going through the Manshine chapters to find an image, and bro, I did not like I don't remember Chigiri being so good in that match. His goal was epic, and
oh
I
yeah,
think I overlooked it when I first watched it, when I first read it, but rereading it, man, bro, that goal was incredible. I think
oh yeah.
I think it's one of the best goals in the whole NEL. If I'm to be honest, the amount of players he got through with his dribbles alone, like unassisted,
Yeah, what
ridiculous.
how many did he actually get through? All I can remember is Kunigami and Isagi, but I know
It's
he probably
it's
broke
way
through,
more than
I think he beat out what, Corona, I think he beat out?
it's way more. So I think he stole the ball from
Kaiser,
Kaiser.
or the pass to Kaiser, he
Y-
intercepted it.
Yeah, Corona came
But
sliding in. There was someone else as well. I think it was Mensa.
yeah, it was no, it was the, Ollie, the other
Yeah,
defensive
yeah, yeah, yeah.
midfielder that
Ali.
Raichi stole. He beat him out. He
Mhm,
chipped the ball over Corona, and
mhm.
then he faced Isagi, beat out Isagi, and then, um, he let's see. He beat out
Um,
Mensur. Isagi then came to pressure again. He beat Isagi a
yeah.
second time.
Mhm.
Kunigami comes in. He breaks past Kunigami and
And
Isagi
someone else.
again.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
and then he takes another a shot.
He was locked in, bro. He was locked in.
Oh
One of
yeah.
my favorite goals in the NEL. That and honestly, I don't remember it being so good. Um, but yeah, so we see Chigri score in this chapter, assisted by Rayo. The three of them seem to be working together. Um, I don't know for some reason it still gave the vibe like Rayo wasn't satisfied with something. Um,
Mhm.
and reading through the Manshine game, I noticed something. I noticed that in that match, it was Rayo that was trying to move on from Nagi, and he was the one that was trying to figure out a new way of playing on his own, and Nagi's the one that dragged them back to playing with each other. Um,
Yeah.
so it seems like I thought maybe in this match rather than coming together again, they would be separate again, which would have been like Rayo's
Mhm.
original plan. Um, but it seems they've decided to work together in a way. Um, and I was hoping to see more of the match, but we didn't get to see too much of the match. But what we did get to see was the reveal of the number one or the number ones in the NEL, and yes, subversion of expectations. I don't know how I feel exactly. Well, I do. I don't quite like it. Um, but at the same time, I understand it. I just I really wanted Isagi to be outright number one, or
Yeah.
even if Isagi didn't get outright number one, I don't like the whole two number one thing. Um,
I am same boat as you.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I get it in a way, and at the same time, I just wish it wasn't the case. I would have even preferred Isagi say he missed out by 10 million. I would have even preferred that. Because right now I don't know where we go from here. But one thing I am super curious about is how Sai will react to Rin's bid, which is from Real.
Yeah. Um, do you want me to take, uh, like, a little center stage for a minute in
Yeah, go
terms of,
on.
like,
Go
thoughts?
on, lay out, lay out.
So, there's a couple things I wanna number 1, um, I really like Ryo assisting Chigiri off the rip, not just because I like seeing Chigiri score, which I always do,
Hmm.
but I like how Ryo in his mindset is kind of embodying, like, what Isagi did with Talented Learners. And like he says, we need to make plays that help the team win and go all in improving our value. So he's like not just assisting Nagi like normal, he's assisting Chigiri
Hmm.
to kind of do whatever he can to just make a statement for himself. Like he
Yeah.
even says my first assist, and then he says next Nagi will. Um because he says next Nagi will, I don't think he's actually intending on Nagi scoring a goal. Like I feel like if Nagi
Mm.
was going to score a goal next, Royal would have said something like, next up, Nagi, you're next up," or something like that,
Yeah.
implying that he's gonna
Yeah.
score a goal. I actually think this might lead into the theory of Nagi is gonna be the one to assist Shigiri, not Shigiri, he's gonna assist Royal in scoring a goal.
I would like that.
And then after that, it's gonna be Royal assisting Nagi again.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
I'll.
even Nagi says, it's not like we won't try for goals, but we can't forget to shoot when the moment's right. So he needs to wait for the perfect moment, and I think Ryo's gonna try and set the moment for Nagi to then go crazy.
Hmm.
Um, I am still very disappointed with the number 1 bid values. Like, my chapter review video, I think I ranted about why I don't like it for about, like, 7.5 minutes.
Hmm.
Um, like, why I was like, I don't like it very much." But what I do think is very interesting is the fact that Royale isn't mentioned at all. Like we know Marines' value is from Royale,
Yeah, that's true.
but not even Isagi seems to realize it. Like he didn't
Yeah.
even realize he was number 1 after Marines popped up. Like
Hmm.
he looked down and then he saw it. So he probably doesn't even notice it from Royale. I hope next chapter or the next chapter that we see them talking about the bid values that Isagi reacts to it and gets a little pissed off that he got and kind of have it like he still feels like he didn't win.
Yeah.
But I still do think Isagi should have either gotten the bid value from Royale because that technically to me would have counted as a win for him, or gotten number 1 in general.
Hmm.
Because like what I think they could have done is had Rain be 240 or 248 and have Isagi be 250. Um, if you either have Isagi be number 1 just by himself with Rain being just below him,
Yeah.
and then give Ring the Real value to try and even it out to where Isagi got number 1, yeah, but Ring got the value from the strongest club in the world. So it
I
kind
agree.
of evens it out. Because at this perspective, sure, they're tying for number one, but Real, the strongest club in the world, gave a value to Rain, not Isagi,
Mhm.
implying that even if you consider that they did give Isagi a value, that Real's value for Isagi is less than that of Rain.
Mhm.
So it's still technically a win for Rain. Like, there's still a lot of ways you could have done about this that keep the rivalry between Rain and Isagi alive without literally thrusting it down our throats of saying, yeah, they're number one together. Because it's just very anticlimactic. Like, it's very disappointing. Like, after all this build up for over almost 150 chapters since the NEL arc technically began, we've seen Isagi work to surpass Rain. And after those 150 chapters, I feel like he was deserving of it.
Yeah.
Um, and at the point he's at now, he's just very he's not there yet, and it's sad because I feel like he deserves to be there. Um, about the comment about Sai, I don't think he's gonna care.
Really?
Like, why would he? Like, cool. I don't think like he doesn't have an issue with Rain. Like, he just has an issue with like Rain when Rain is using him as a crutch.
Mhm.
Like, so far, like, even when they were playing together, when they first were going to match up, or like when they were prepping to go on the field, Sai didn't even acknowledge Rain. So, like, if he
True.
gets a bid value
True.
from Real, do you think he's really gonna acknowledge him at all? You think he's gonna care?
I,
Like, cool,
but
you got the bid value, awesome. Who cares?
I mean,
Like, you're
I
just
know
gonna
Sai's got
play.
the nonchalant gimmick, but at some point he's gonna have to acknowledge Rin. I'm sure. I'm
I
sure.
don't think he'll. I don't, I'm not saying he won't acknowledge him. I just think he doesn't. He won't care that he got the bid value. It's like,
Mm.
cool, you're on the club team now, or you got a bid value from the club. Don't mess it up. Like, I don't think he's gonna care too much. Like, cool, you did it. Great job, Rain. Um.
That's
Anyways,
interesting.
like that kind of thing. Like, Sai's always been nonchalant. I don't think he's gonna care too much
Yeah,
about it.
but
Um.
that's interesting because I for me I know Rin's gonna care. Rin definitely is gonna care, and I think
I
that's
mean, maybe, but like, I see
so.
so many people saying, "Oh, he's gonna reject the bid value." No, he's not.
Who Rin?
No, he's not.
No way.
Yeah, he's not. No,
No,
like
no way.
you realize that these bids aren't something that you can turn down.
But
Like those in the top 23 right now,
mhm,
these bids are just placements. Like you get a bid
yeah.
value, sure, but you're not acting upon this bid value until um after the World Cup would even happen. Because you're gonna go play for the top 23 right now. You're gonna represent Japan.
Mhm,
So if Reen seriously still has like the brother issues when he comes back, when after the World Cup arc, or even the like the official like non U20 World Cup, if he still has the issues with his brother to where he goes to Real and he has issues
mhm,
with Sai, or he just doesn't go to Real because of his issues with Sai, he has had zero development as a character in that regard, and it's an incredibly waste of potential and development for Reen as a whole. It just makes
yeah.
him an annoying brat. Like, there's cool, he's an annoying brat now, but if he stays an annoying brat with his brother out for the whole series, um, it's a little annoying, and I don't want to have to deal with that crap.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that's fair.
I don't think it just makes him feel undeserving of number one. Oh, cool, you're number one, but you still are having problems with your brother. Seriously, like, who cares?
So
Get over it. Get over yourself. Like,
so do you think Kaiser also goes to Real?
um, maybe. I think he could go. I think he'd probably accept it. I don't know why he wouldn't
Because
accept it.
we've got to remember that they're still young. Both of them are still well. Kaiser's older, but they're still young players. So Rin will
Yeah, Kaiser's
probably
what, 18, 19? How old is
yeah. I
Kaiser?
think he's 19. I think he's about 19. So, but both being young, the likelihood they
Yeah, he's
wouldn't be
19.
18,
19.
19. Okay.
He
The
just turned 19 though because um I was looking at this with Raven yesterday actually.
hmm
There's like someone made a timeline calendar of like Blue Lock in series and
yeah.
such. Um trying to pull it up right now, but I'm having some Wi-Fi issues because our school is stupid as hell. It's been having horrible Wi-Fi problems for the past couple days. Yeah, Blue Lock started in November 20th, and Kaiser's birthday was the 25th of December,
Ah,
which means Kaiser's turned 19 during.
would that not be in U20 match?
Um, he Okay, so he turned 25 during the time frame of the second selection happening. He turned 20 he turned no, he turned 19 on the
19.
25th of December, which was a week after Nagi, Bado, Chigiri, and Zantetsu stole Kiora.
Ah,
So a
okay.
week after they stole Kiora is when Kaiser turned 19. So
Okay, okay. Well, yeah, Decimo King says give up on Kaiser. Real can get Isagi for 250 mil and use the excess money to get Ikaguri. Easy.
yeah, but Isagi is not more valuable than Kaiser to Real. He's not.
Nah, yeah.
Like Isagi excels in reading the field, being a playmaker, and then turning into a goal scorer.
Mm-hmm.
Um they have Sai for that,
Yeah, they
but
do.
they do have Sai for that, but I would still take Isagi over Rain just because I don't think Rain's value to Real is necessary. Um
Okay.
I think I think with this the world has been shown that Isagi and Kaiser work way better together than Rain and uh
Shido.
no, than Rain Kaiser would be.
Ah.
Um, I guess the only reason they would take
Unless
Rain is
Kaiser
just because
embraces
of
his
Sai.
his talented learner.
Well, he is. I mean, he's always been playing as a talented learner. It's just he needs to thrive. He needs to embrace his restrictive aspect of being a
No,
talented
because I
learner.
mean, I mean, like if he wants to play together with Rin.
Mm, yeah. Um, but then it comes down to like, uh, Rain would be the main, and Kaiser would end up being the supporting cast.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Sai's gonna work with Kaiser, which I'd rather see that. Um,
That would be cool
I
to
don't know.
see. It would definitely be
PSG
cool.
one.
But it'd be cool to see.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking about the dynamic.
I don't think we'll even see it. To be honest,
Yeah,
it
but
worries me
that
though.
go on.
Like, where do you think the series is gonna go from here?
Ooh,
Right?
yeah.
Like, if Isagi went to Real, that allows for a lot of world building and potential for that kind of thing. Because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we have the world coming to Blue Lock, but it's still confined to Blue Lock. It's still confined to Japan and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, if Isagi, like, if my theory was right about Isagi getting to go to Spain, we'd get to see football out in the real world and add that layer of world building to the series and development for Isagi and Side working together, and even again maybe even develop Kaiser a little more. Um, I think it'd definitely be a great thing that they could do, and I'm worried that they're not going to be able to do that now, and
Mm-hmm.
it just frightens me of like what are they going to do? With Rain and Isagi being tied for number one now, are they going to do it like Blue Lock faces off against Blue Lock, where the two number ones will build a team out of the top 23 Blue Lockers
Ooh.
and face each other? But I don't want that because it's just going to be another Rain versus Isagi situation. Like we don't need that. Um, and if it isn't an Isagi and Rain are on a team, who's gonna beat them? Nagi and Baro? Like, what duo is beating Isagi and Rin when they get to pick a group of players to support them and
Mm-hmm.
to be on their team? Realistically, who is gonna be able to beat Rin and Isagi? Like, you have um the monster of adaptability in Isagi, the greatest talent learner in the series,
Yeah.
aside from Snuffy. Um, and then you have Rain, the strongest genius in Blue Lock with a destroyer mode that nobody can predict. Only Isagi can. So and then couple that with players like Chigiri, Bachira, Hiyori for assistance, Aiku on defense, Gagamaru, and who is seriously stopping them? I don't want to see that for another um couple. I don't want to see that for another like six
But
months. Like
what
we
are the
already had a
chance?
lot of stuff.
What are the chances that we get a time skip instead up till the U20 World Cup, and then during the matches in the U20 we get flashbacks to training.
But I feel like it's still boring because at with Blue Lock, whenever there's something big, there's usually a little bit of downtime that happens,
Mhm.
right? There's
Mhm.
usually some chapters of downtime, like going from at least in how we did with from phase 1 to phase 2, we had that 3 chapter mini arc of the Blue Lock Day Off, right?
Yeah.
Um, we had that. And it was good because it gave you that little bit of like leisureness when it came to the series because we just finished something major in the series and now you have a little bit of time, cool down, relax, enjoy the series for the slice of life aspects and the characters rather than the football.
Right.
If they just do a time jump to the World Cup, I feel like we're not getting that downtime. Like we're just getting that huge, we're just going boom, boom, one big thing to one big thing. And it's like you're adding more gasoline to the fire before you let the thing cook.
Mhm.
And I feel like you're just compiling too much at once and it's eventually gonna burn people out. Like, um like imagine if we
I th-
went from what if we
but
went from U20 directly into Barcha? Like within 2 chapters. Would that not feel like a lot? Like there's no time to process the
no, I
event
mean
that we just got.
what I mean is like we can still have the downtime. It's just it's just we have the downtime, but instead of doing like a training arc or a blue lock versus blue lock after the downtime, then we go like I don't know how many months are left up until the the actual World Cup begins.
I'm just very like especially for like the people who do like weekly readers, you just boom, boom, you're right there. Not
Hmm.
weekly readers, those who read the series not weekly and go through the read the series like as intended because again, most manga aren't intended to be read week by week. They're intended to
Yeah,
read as a bunch.
yeah, yeah,
Like the PhD game, you're going to experience it better if you read it one chapter after another rather than waiting a week for new chapters to drop.
for sure.
So, assuming that readers do the traditional way and go through not week by week and read it all in a bunch, you're just jumping from NEL to World Cup, and there's still 50 days left in series until the World Cup begins. Like right now on the timeline sheet, um, PXG game is on April 3rd, right?
Yeah,
But the World Cup doesn't begin until May 23rd. Like May 23rd is when uh that's when the World Cup would begin. So there's literally 7 weeks until it happens. There's 7 weeks until we have the World Cup happen. So what are they gonna do? Is the manga gonna go on a 2-month break? And even then that doesn't fix the issue with the story. So
mm,
it's just very it just sets me up of what is going to happen in the 50 days until the World Cup. How is the mangaka going to fill this up with something that isn't just repetitive of something we've already seen? I don't want to see Isagi and Rain on a team yet until the World Cup
yeah,
actually happens because they would smoke everyone else in the project. And I don't want to see them face off against each other because we just got that and it's probably going to be the same thing again.
mm,
So unless they do some kind of cut to outside the series, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, I don't
yeah,
if they did a mini
Yeah,
training arc, I wouldn't wanna see it. Like, that's why my theory said Izzy goes to Spain, and then while he does that, the rest of the Blue Lockers train in the project because now
yeah.
Izagi and Rin are split off. You develop Izagi and the world and other characters outside of the Blue Lock project for the World Cup when you go into it, while developing the Blue Lockers at the same time while you don't have to show it. And when Izagi
but
comes back,
wait,
everyone's trained, and then go into the World Cup.
No,
Like,
but
that's your
how does
downtime.
that? I know you made this theory about Ray Dark and Spain and shit, but how would it fit into your like Isagi going to Spain like now, if that's what you think would happen.
Well, that's the issue is that because my prediction hinged on the fact that Isagi got number 1 by himself and beat Green, earned a club value from Real, and as a gift to the winning, like, the top, player, they got to go to Real to train in Spain because there's 23 players. If they were to do a 11 on 11 match, there's still 1 person left out. That 1 person would be Isagi. He leaves, goes to train in Spain. The rest of the Blue Lockers train there. But because Isagi and Rain have now tied for the number 1 value, you can't necessarily do that anymore, and then it brings up the issues of everything of, like, what's gonna happen, like, that theory's dead in the water now, what's gonna happen with, the arc after the NEL, are they gonna do a time jump to the World Cup? Like, what's the point in doing that when Ego could've just not Ego, but, like, Nomura and Kanashiro, they could've just had the NEL, um, paced, so once the NEL was done, there was, like, a week or 2 until the World Cup starts,
Hmm.
and then there you go.
But
Like there's 50 days between them. He has to have done this for something. There has to have had a plan
they have
for
to
them to
train.
do something.
They
Because
they have
especially yeah, they have to train.
they
Because
have
if
to
the
train.
world because once the NEL ends, he's not gonna just let them go on vacation again like he did after the U20 game. Like,
Hmm.
if the World Cup is happening, they gotta lock in. This is their chance to train and win the World Cup, so they can't slack off. This is their like they're gonna probably be staying at Blue Lock and grinding up their training regimens and whatever they need to do that Ego tells them to.
Hmm.
So what's gonna happen? And that's what concerns me. It's just what is gonna
But
happen.
yeah, yeah, I don't still really don't get this whole 11v11 thing. Forget to get a position. Why would you say that? Okay, area.
What do you mean? The 11 on 11 thing?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, like yeah.
The 11 on 11 thing was a way to have the Blue Lockers, like, them train, but if Isigi does go to Spain, you don't have to show the Blue Lockers. You can just hinge it on the fact that while Isigi is gone, that leaves 22 players. There's 2 goalkeepers on the team, so 1 for either party, and Ego could place the Blue Lockers against each other to refine their new styles that they got in the NEL, while Izagi is out developing the world through his training at Real as a reward for being the king of the new Egoist League, right? Um, that's what they could do. It allows for them to train, practice, and get better and such.
Yeah.
Um, but if they face Rain and Izagi off against each other, like Lexio says here, do a training arc 11-11 match with Izagi acting as captains. It's just Isagi versus Rain again, and we just had
Yeah,
55 chapters
yeah,
of that. I don't wanna read that again.
yeah,
I don't wanna read
yeah.
55 chapters of Rain versus Isagi again when we just got that. Like, it's gonna get stale, and I don't wanna watch that because we just saw what happens when you when you face them off against each other. Do you really wanna see another 3, 4 months of that? I
Nah.
don't.
Nah. They're
I
both
want something new. I
selfish.
want something fresh.
They're
Yeah.
both selfish
Like,
players. You don't really want to see that. Yeah. My only thought is could could there be a thing where the players go and introduce themselves to their clubs? Maybe.
but Isagi got a club
Uh,
value from Bastion Munchen. Like, when the NEL happened,
Hmm.
Ego brought these starting 11 members from these club teams to Blue Lock.
Oh, but
Easy
is
would just then go to Bastion München again and meet the non-starting members. Like, what's the point?
no,
Like,
because are they the the they're the youth players, and are they not?
yeah,
I don't think
they're
Isagi's
the
gonna
under
pull that off.
So
2011
Bro.
so are
players.
these bids not for the first team though, where Noel
These are
Noah
bids for
would
them.
play?
No, Noah's playing. Like, no, these are just bids to join the U20 team, their U20 club.
Are you sure? Because they're kind of high for
Yeah.
U20s.
No,
The
I mean Kaiser's 300 million, and he's on the
but
U20 team. He's not playing with Noah.
so is Sai playing with U20 then? Do you reckon?
No, Sai's not.
Mm,
But that's what I mean, because I feel like the Real bid is for Kaisers to play on the same team as Sai, which is in the youth team.
I would say it's just I would just say it's for them to go participate at the club. right? Like Nico, for example. Nico's not gonna go play on like profession like Uber's actual club team. He'd go for the U20, but Nico's not gonna go ahead and play with people who are 40. He's 15. Like
but then
that's not how that
But
would work.
but when
but
you
when you
when
look in real life, like Mbappe played at like 17 or something between those ages at a World Cup.
which is what
That's
Loki's
fine. He's
doing.
supposed that's what Loki's supposed to be. Loki's supposed to be Mbappe, like
But
written
I'm
into the
saying you
story.
could put. I'm not saying this applies to Loki alone. I'm saying apply to other players like playing in an actual professional match at their young age.
That's fine. But what's the point of them going to the clubs if Isagi's just gonna leave BLUELOCK's Bayern to go to Germany's Bayern and meet probably the same characters but worse because the starting 11 came to BLUELOCK. Like Ness and
No,
Kaiser were on the
but
starting
this is
U20
why I think
11 team.
it won't be the U20 players. This is why I think it will be the
Why
first team.
though? Yeah, please explain
Because
why.
the NEL was supposed to be a fast track to pro. So it's supposed to be a hyperbolic chamber for them to get up to pro level. So I reckon
The
these
NEL
bids,
or
yeah, the NEL. So that's why I reckon these bids were always for the first teams, not the U20 teams. I never I never once it never once crossed my mind that the bids were for them to play in the U20 teams alongside Birkenstock and Mensa. I always thought it was to play for the first team.
Hmm.
um
And then I don't really think Isagi would take that off from Bastard Merchant. Like
I
clamping
hope
him up
not.
with
like
Noah
but
I
like if he goes
won't make
there,
any sense.
like the whole thing of Isagi telling the
Noah, yeah,
players, like telling Noah, "Wait, I'll bring you a theory that surpasses you," and then going to
wouldn't
Baston
make any
Munchen
sense.
on Noah's team just makes no sense. Like
Yeah, he
they're
would be like a
good.
whole
The Blue Lockers are
Kaiser
really
role.
good, but they are not competing with them. Like
mm,
they're not competing with non U20 players. Like even Loki, if Loki's the bar of where they need to be, they're not there yet. They're not ready. So they wouldn't go to play with these club teams if they're not ready. And it seems redundant cuz like the majority of the players who are on Bastion München right now are the ones who got values from Bastion München, right?
hmm
Like you don't see Aiku getting a bid from Bastion München as his highest value. It's likely from Ubers. So the people who would end up going if that was the case are just going to be the same characters we've been focusing on
yeah,
for
which would be
over
boring.
150 chapters. Exactly. So
But
we need something fresh.
but you see
And
like Kunigami's first bid, it was from like what Kawasaki Breakers or something like that, or some team like that. When you think about that, there's no way that bid was for him to play in their youth setup.
who?
Kun,
Isagi or
Kunigami,
Kawasaki Breaker. Yeah.
yeah.
But
So there's no
we don't even
way
know
that
much of these teams.
yeah. I mean, it's a Japanese J League team, but surely that was to play first team. Sendo. Sendo plays in the J League first team. He's not a youth player in the J League.
Well, he plays in the U20 World Cup. He doesn't play in the actual one. He's playing
Yeah,
U20.
but for his club, he plays first team football.
I
He
mean,
he doesn't
I
play
don't know
youth
how that
football.
works.
Yeah, yeah,
Is youth
no, it
not
happens.
U20?
Yeah, it happens all the time. So there are first team players for clubs that don't get called up for the adults national team, would get called up for the national team of their age group instead when they don't make it at the adult level, but they're still fully fledged first team players for their clubs. There's plenty of players like that. There's like Max Aarons is an example. He plays under 21s England, but he's a fully fledged first team player. Um, there's plenty of players like that. Like Liverpool have one. Harvey Elliott. Um, he's fully first team Liverpool player, but he plays under 21s England in the under 21s England setup. It happens all the time. But Sendo specifically said he is first choice striker for his team in the J League.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what Sendo says. Uh, yeah, don't underestimate this prodigy. You might be causing a stir overseas, but ultimately you're just at the auxiliary club level. I'm starting forward in the country's top league, so watch your mouth. As things stand now, I'm above you.
Yeah.
But even then, he's still playing on the U20 team. Like,
No, yeah,
they wouldn't
he
play.
plays U20 internationally, but at club level he plays on Premiership. He plays J League at club level. Because you have to separate international level and club level. They they're completely separate aspects. So internationally, so like like smaller countries, they can call up a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old to play for their international football just because that player might be in a youth setup in England, and to be in a youth setup in England is highly rated. So they might call up that 16-year-old from that youth setup in England, but to play the first team international football.
Okay, but then I still don't understand your argument here. Like, you really think they're gonna go
I
to?
think some players are the bids are for first team football, not youth football.
Okay, but
They're at
then
the age
what's your
already.
pr- then what's your prediction for them? What's happening next?
So I think if Isagi does go Bayern, it won't be to play with Ness and the likes. It would be to play with Noel Noah alongside Noel Noah.
I see. I disagree with you because he just challenged Noah. What would like? That's like
Yeah,
talking
I
shit.
wouldn't want it
That's like
personally.
that's that's like talking shit and then like having to follow them home.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's like I'll see you later, bro.
But
Screw you, and you guys just start walking the same direction.
I hate the
Like
idea that that bastard are the one that gave Isagi his highest offer. I don't like
I
it.
agree. I think Rain should have gotten the bastard value. I think Rain should have gotten the bastard value, and Isagi got the um
Real.
Morel one. Because
Yeah.
PXG didn't give it to Rain because of what Rain was doing. Rain was
Yeah.
selling for PXG. They're not going
Yeah.
to bid on him anymore.
For
So
sure.
give it bastard Munchen. Give him the place of logic. Have Rain throw it all into chaos and have them.
Hmm. Yeah,
I think
for
it could
sure.
be interesting,
But
but that's just
like
me.
I said, I didn't want this bastard bid. I hate it personally. I would have
Yeah.
much preferred Isagi went to Real, which is why I drew Isagi in a Real kit, bro. I was so looking forward to that announcement because I was like, yeah, I can finally draw
Why would they
Isagi.
want a completely illogical player like Rain? They built up their original logic and rationality through Kaiser's weapon of the Kaiser Impact. That was the foundation for the rationality. They
Hmm.
became a team of rationality through Kaiser's Kaiser Impact. Are you telling me that they couldn't do the same through Rain's irrationality in Destroyer mode? I think it's possible. Even then, Rain's Destroyer mode is only a
Yeah, I'll
trigger.
add you on
He's
now.
still fairly rational even before then. Before entering Destroyer mode, he's still fairly rational.
Hmm.
So it's not like yeah.
Wait. Lexio, you're not on the stage, so they won't hear you just yet. Yeah, let me just add you on the stage first. Um,
I'm pretty sure Sai is or he intends to play on the pro level. Like the reason he couldn't do anything and he's the reason he's on the club team now is because he wasn't of the legal age to play professionally in Spain. Now he is because he turned 18 during the second selection. So if his intentions are still the same to still play professionally
Currently,
in Spain, He now meets the requirements to do so, though,
Yeah, but I want to clarify.
which is what
He is
which was his
only
intention.
on the youth team for Real.
Yeah, which is
Like,
what
That's
we've never
Senzo
got
because
said.
he didn't. But that's because he didn't meet the requirements to be on the professional team.
Yeah.
Literally, he says it
we never got.
himself. Now that
Yeah,
he
but we
meets the legal age to do so, he can play at that higher level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can.
Like,
But the issue is we never got confirmation that he will. We've never got confirmation that he's good enough.
you see,
Wait, how old is Sai now? 18.
I'm very certain it's been stated on like in articles and by other like reporters and such that Sai is good enough to play at the pro level. He just wasn't of the age requirement to do so in Spain and therefore couldn't do it. Because I looked into this. To do it
Yeah,
in
was
Spain,
it
I'm
chapter one?
very certain you have to
Chapter
be
one.
you you have to be 18 and Sai was 17 at the time. After the second selection, when he is still in Japan though, he turned 18 and then he saw Blue Lock, got interested and yada yada. Assuming his intentions haven't changed, which we can't assume that they have, because the dialogue that Sai uses implies that Japan could change, and when they do change, he'll be interested. But Sai, so far, meets all the requirements to play in Spain. His original intention was to play in Spain professionally. So, with all those factors, you can infer that he can play professionally and intends to play professionally and is of the level to play professionally in Spain.
Yeah.
So like I get that like you want to argue that he's
I
not
have
good enough,
noticed.
but he's stated
I
to
have
be.
noticed
I'm
something
curious.
you've just. I've noticed something you've just said, which actually does fully confirm that these are U20 bids.
Okay. What is it?
Not being old enough to play for the club, like the full club,
Yeah,
and yet there is someone who also is not 18 yet, who has a bid from a Spanish club, that being Bachara. Therefore, it can't be the main clubs.
but the thing is, I don't know where this not being old enough to play thing comes from. I can only
But
imagine Sai's issue was a work permit issue. Cause
No, it wasn't, because he was
yeah,
playing on
right
the
here.
team.
Hold up.
He was still
Right here, I'll
playing on
read
the
it to
youth
you.
team.
Right here, chapter 4. To get
Mhm.
right to it, until recently you were playing for the youth team associated with the world-renowned club Real. But due to their regulations, you weren't able to play on a top team and return to Japan.
Mm.
Spain, and then in a like asterisk, Spain's club teams have a regulation that forbids foreign minors from signing pro contracts.
Yeah, so that's a work permit thing. So um other clubs don't have the same issues. But I'm guessing maybe Blue Lock will put it across the board. That you have to be 18 to play for the first team, but that's not. I don't know if that's gonna be the same with other clubs. Spain may have that rule, which in real life they don't have that rule. In real life they don't have that rule. What normally happens is players will get a work permit, and normally when it's a younger player, it is a little bit harder because you have to get an what's known as exceptional talent work permit. But most clubs are able to figure that out quite easily. um but I'm guessing maybe in Blue Lock
Right,
they're gonna try and make it an 18 plus
righto.
thing.
Yeah. Also, yeah,
I
Rena's younger
think-
than Bachata.
Also,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to clarify.
He's looking at you.
In
Mm-hmm.
real life, if you are not Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
like if you're not like a citizen of Spain, you can't play on their professional club teams if you're under 18.
No, you can. You just need a work
No,
permit. There's plenty of players, so I can
well,
I
he's
can name
playing. He's
I
playing for
can
their
name
youth team, but he can't play professionally
no no
like
I
at the
can name
highest level for that club
no
without regular.
I can name you some
He's
some
still a
some
minor.
players for Real Madrid that are under 17 that have played for him, under 18 that have played for him.
Yeah, but they won't be foreign. That's the issue.
No, they are. So Arda Güler, he's Turkish, he's played for Real. Um, what's his name? Endrick, he's Brazilian and he's played for Real. Both 17, both
I
17.
can read. I'm reading you the right here. While players under 18 can train with and even potentially play for the youth teams of Spanish clubs, generally they cannot play in official matches in the main leagues until they turn 18 due to regulations.
Is that real life or is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
real life. I'm reading this right here. I just looked it up.
No, there
But
are ways for
no, but
exceptions to be
exactly.
made.
There's ways. So exceptional talents. They
It's
that
not
that
exceptional talent. You have to go through a lot of legal
yeah.
sort of.
Of
And again,
Basically, what?
this is like they have 7 weeks. They're not gonna do all this legal work for less
Yeah,
than
no,
7 weeks of training for these guys.
no, but
it takes like
the
2 to 3 months of legal work.
yeah, the club stuff that wouldn't just be for, it wouldn't just be for that 7 weeks. It'll be for the rest of their lives, surely.
Well, that's
I
the
mean,
thing.
not
These
potentially. I
bids
mean, if
can't
Chigity
be.
gets injured in the World Cup, he loses his bid. If he
Oh
gets
yeah,
injured and can't
of
run
course.
anymore, he loses his bid. Like it's
You've
not
also
permanent. You
got
have to
to
keep up.
factor in.
Sorry, what did you say, Lexio?
You've also got to factor in that these bids are based so that they can start playing immediately after the NEL,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is something Ego said. So, for them to start immediate playing in these foreign clubs, they've got to play for the youth teams.
No,
So it
but
would still be the youth team until all of the legal work is done.
you've got to check that, because now go to England. England doesn't have that rule.
Yeah, right here. I'm also reading what for Sai.
Hmm.
He plays for he. It states that he was going to, um, Real in Spain to play for their sub team. And looking
Yeah.
at this, a sub team often refers to a reserve team or a B team or development team. It's composed of players who are under contract with the main club, but only serve as backups or receive time playing in entirely separate competitions.
Hmm.
So what Sai was aiming for is to play in the hold on, I'm reading. I want to read the Champions League, but he couldn't do that because he wasn't 18 to do so. At the current point in the series, Sai is now 18 and therefore can pursue his dream of playing in the Champions League because he's no longer a minor. He's 18. Like
Yeah, but
the whole purpose is
so
that like they wouldn't play with the other like, and
I think
what would be the point? If
I
they
think
can't
that's a
play in official
Spanish.
matches with the older club teams, if they can't, even if it is just for the Spanish clubs,
Yeah,
they
yeah, I
wouldn't
think
do
it's a
the arc if
Spanish
there's
club
that
thing.
limitation. But even if it is, they wouldn't do a whole arc dedicated to the players going out to these non under 20 club teams to play with them if they couldn't legally play with the clubs in any matches that would mean anything, and B, if it would just be like the training part of the NEL minus the games, what
But
value is there for
if you look up
them to do
like
an arc like that?
Germany, if you look up like
Hmm.
Germany, I'm pretty sure they don't have that rule either.
Yeah, but
Yep,
they wouldn't
Raito.
dedicate an arc to doing this if
No,
there's
but
still restrictions to some of the
don't
clubs like Real and
don't you
Dortmund
think
or whatever
they'd
got.
only follow maybe isagi? Because you can't
But you,
follow every player.
yeah, but it would still be applied across the board evenly. If Isagi gets to go do it, likely other players would get to go do it as well. You can't just be like, yeah, the ones who can do it, but the rest of you who can't stay here. Like they
No, no,
wouldn't
they
do
wouldn't
that.
stay there. They'd go to the sub teams. Because at the end of the day, they're still at the team.
So then why would they go for the sub team for some of them and not everyone go to the sub team? Because
Why do
right
they
now
all
they're
need
playing
to,
on the sub team. They're
why
playing
do they
on the sub team.
why
They're
do they
playing
all
on the
need
under
to,
20s.
why do they all need to follow each other? They're all different ages. Like IQ is eligible to play in Spain.
But you can still but would it make more sense to have all of them then go to under 20s than for only
No,
some of them to go to under. Yeah, it
no,
would.
not necessarily.
It
Because
would.
at the end of the day, they're
It
still at
would.
the team, and they can still train with the first teams.
But you're giving
Who's to say
special
that?
privilege simply
Who's
because
to
of
say they're
age,
even
which
gonna
makes
play a
no
match?
sense. So you realistically think Ego would be like, all right, for the next arc, for the next stage of the Blue Lock project before the World Cup, you guys are going to travel to the countries directly to
No,
the
I don't
clubs that
think
have
so.
given you about a value and train you. But for those of you who can't because of legal restrictions, you have to play on the sub team, which by the way, the sub team or the under 20 team in this case is exactly who they've been playing with in the NEL right now. So for players like Nico, Audio, Bachira, Reen, well, not Marine because their Real is not here. But for characters who are not over 18, even Isagi, they're gonna go to clubs and play the U20 team with the same people they're playing with right now because Ego brought the best starting 11 members from those club teams to BLUELOCK. It would just be
So
redundant because they're training with the same
Oh,
players over and over again.
so
no,
hear me out. Hear me
you're
out now.
you're slightly wrong there,
If
Aero. I need to
yeah,
clarify something. Lorenzo
go on.
doesn't
What am
play
I
for the
wrong about?
U20 team. Lorenzo actually, like Lorenzo, for example, he plays for the full club team.
Yeah,
I know. Where's it been stated he does?
listen. There's a
Lorenzo, I swear it was stated. Unless I'm crazy, I might be crazy.
Well,
This
the
is a
thing
lot of
is,
things I
Lorenzo. They
misremember.
brought the main like the U20 players in chapter. If I go to chapter real quick,
Yeah, no, but wasn't Lorenzo brought because of Snuffy? Didn't Snuffy bring
it's
Lorenzo?
no, it's never implied that he was brought because of Lorenzo. He was just brought because
Because
he was brought. Like
I'm pretty sure
right here, hold up.
Lorenzo and Kaiser are both starters
In
for the main teams.
Indeed, with each country's wing are the members of the U20 11 and the master strikers themselves.
Mhm,
It doesn't say anything about Lorenzo coming just because of Snuffy. It just brings,
mhm.
you'll undergo training with the masters. You'll be mixed into the teams with the players I've invited, which through which you'll prove your worth, and you'll need to be selected as one of the 11 starting players. Those 11 will take part in the games. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Let me go to chapter 218 where we see the backstory with Ubers begin, or
Honestly, I might just
217,
be
or
wrong then.
yeah, I don't think they ever mentioned Lorenzo just came because of Snuffy. 214 is where we begin the backstory.
Anyway,
Um,
I've gotta go, guys. I just stopped by
yeah,
quickly. I'm
Snuffy
Yeah,
gives
briefly.
his
no worries.
talk to them.
See you.
Um, yeah, then it's never mentioned that Lorenzo comes because of Snuffy, but it is mentioned that the U20 players, that the starting U20
I
players were
mean,
brought.
when you look at Lorenzo's backstory, he follows Snuffy because he wants money. And Snuffy says, "Let's work together."
Yeah, he
But when
probably
he
introduced him to
drags,
Ubers, but he probably isn't on the main team. At some point,
but
even Kaiser had to pass the exam to join Bastion Munchen. Like,
but
Ray Dark invited
let's
him,
not
but you don't see.
use yeah okay. Here's the thing. Let's not use Ray Dark as an example because
I'm
both
using
of
the
them are
example of
both
Kaiser had to
different
pass the
players.
exam to join the U20 team. It's never been stated that Lorenzo is a part of the actual team. And if he was, wouldn't he be given the same kind of hint that like Loki is? Like Loki's not a new Gen 11, but he plays for the official World Cup team. Wouldn't that be stated with Lorenzo that he also plays for the official club team, like full on top club team? Until you provide me evidence to prove otherwise, I have evidence to say that Lorenzo plays on just the standard U20 club team.
Yeah, I think he plays U20 as well. I
Like
think he plays
I
if
U20 as well,
mean,
but
how Ray Dark
I don't
introduced
understand
Lorenzo,
why
what was that?
I don't understand why it'd be so weird for certain players to be playing in the first teams and certain players not to,
Because
depending
you're
on the team they pick.
providing an inconsistency. You're providing an inconsistency with their training. Some players are getting more specialized training than others because of their age. You want to keep it even across the board. Sure, like Isagi wouldn't be able to do that. Like if you're going off the bar of like the restriction, like there's age restrictions and then there's the legal restrictions. Like you're giving some players special privilege over others, right? And let's, for
But
example,
that's
say that
because
Real did
that's
send
the
Isagi a bid. Let's
hmm
say they did send him Isagi a bid, but he wants to go train at Real despite it being less than Bayern Munchen because he
hmm
believes he's learned all he can from Bayern Munchen and wants to try learning at the strongest club in the world, right?
right,
If you
right.
propose that, Izagi is still put under the same restriction of age that like Bachara and Rainwood and Sai was as well. He can't train and play with those other players for any significant value. It would make more sense for them to just not do that kind of thing because of like the issues that come up. Well, this is just inconsistent. Why is he doing this? There's so many other ways they could do this. And a majority of the players who have their bids are going to would end up going to clubs that they're already training with. Like, wouldn't you want them to get more broad experience from a different club with a different ideology? And even then,
Yeah,
I
of
feel like they
course.
wouldn't do something like that.
Of
Because that's
course
what the
I do.
NEL's entirety
I
is.
like I said, I hate the fact that Bastard Mutual are the one that gave Isagi his bid. I hate it.
Suki, you gotta
Yeah,
change that name, bro.
yeah, I don't think
Suki,
that's.
I'm
I don't
talking to
think.
you, but what is that username, guys?
But
Yeah. Well, he is size bottom.
right now it's just it's
Oh
hell
my.
unpredictable. Like I don't know where we go from here.
Yeah, I hope we go up, but I hope it's not like just put together with
what would
something
be
stupid.
up for you?
Like I need something that will improve the blue lockers, but doesn't feel repetitive or feel connected to something that we've already done.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, I
we just
mean
gotta find out.
we
We
could
gotta wait and see, bro.
we could go back into the facility and Ego come up with some crazy training methods again.
I don't know, but like who are they're only gonna have 23 after this, so they're very limited on what they can do.
So
That
the
doesn't
rest
just
get
feel
kicked
like
out.
something that. Yeah, anyone who's not in the top 23 doesn't play. They get kicked out of Blue Lock. They can play for whatever clubs they want to with the values that they have,
Mm,
but they're no longer a part of the project. That's how it is. The top
okay.
23 will be the only ones still in Blue Lock. So I don't know, man. I just need something that doesn't feel something close to like the first or second selection, but doesn't feel close to the NEL either.
Yeah.
We
I
need
mean
something fresh that expands development of these characters in a way that isn't just Blue Lock's ideology. Because Ego's done a lot, but I feel like we now need some development from someone else. These characters,
yeah.
or at least Isagi. But that's just me, man. I don't know.
No, yeah,
Um,
no, I
I might
completely
actually, yeah, I might actually dip here just because I got to get this video done, and I also have a lot of assignments I need to do for school, so I'm multitasking.
right.
I appreciate you for inviting me, man. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
having me
no
on. I
worries, bro.
appreciate you
Yeah, thanks for
all the
coming.
effort you do. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. You guys should totally sub to Raito. He's less than 100 away from getting to 1,000, and if you sub to him, you
Am
get a
I?
cookie. If you don't, no cookie for you. You are.
Ooh, yes. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Where's the
If you
cookies,
want
though?
a cookie, I have cookies. I have a box of cookies. I have cookies right here. If you sub to Raito and we get him to 1,000, you will get a cookie.
Oh
Yeah,
My,
my
guys,
my cookies are
god,
right here.
man!
I have
Gotta show
cookies.
these cookies.
I have
make sure you
cookies.
sub, guys. Make sure you sub.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Sub to
joining
him.
us, bro.
Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next week for next week's stream. Peace.
Yep. Let me move things around a little bit, guys. 1 second. Just hold on for me. Hold on
Bro,
for me.
Suki, you here, bro?
Suki is in and out right now.
Yeah, I'm here, right?
Out. What's good, man? What's good? 1 sec.
I've been in a roller coaster trip.
Oh,
Just
really?
finished. I just finished cleaning the house yesterday. Work was insane, so I
Mm-hmm.
woke up very late.
Okay. Okay. Nah, that's good, man. That's good. I had a weird day today as well. Um,
Literally after this, I'm gonna contact Lexio. Me and him got something to cook up together.
ooh, okay. That's sick.
Yeah, already making the video.
Yeah, that's sick, man. That's sick.
I've been forgetting about it for the past 2 months because of school, but like I'm on spring break now, so that's the first thing I wanna do. There's a bunch of things I have
What's
to
up
do.
with
Son of a
you?
gun.
Oh, you're on break, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, for all my foreign dudes. Yeah, I'm a fucking Jamaican. Wow.
I
Yeah,
know
we.
Arrow's not on break because I was supposed to go see him, but I didn't want my first time to be on a church trip.
All right. Well, so
Bro,
you
Hey,
got
do you
well,
mind if
why
I
would that be
convert
cool,
you,
bro?
Arrow?
you're on a church trip. You going on a church trip?
No, I'm not. If not, I would have seen Arrow.
Okay, okay.
But that wouldn't be bad though. Like, why would that be weird?
Imagine our first meeting being like, "Hey, Arrow, would you like to convert to Christianity?"
I mean, we don't know if Ario is a Christian, so
He specifically talked about. I don't want to actually put his name on like that. On the channel like that.
Yeah, no, no.
But
We
we've
won't.
talked behind the scenes. But I'm not gonna like talk about that. Yeah,
Nah, we don't do that. We don't do that.
yeah.
But how you been, anyways? Like, like I said, it's been a weird day. My car broke down on me on my way home today. So it took me like
Damn.
3 hours to get home. I had to get it towed to my driveway. And now I don't know what to do with it. Like tomorrow, I've got to call up these key people to try and see if they can
Get a
fix it.
replacement. Oh,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Uh,
if you got work, you gotta get someone to replace you type stuff. Unless you want to take a taxi to work.
oh, bro, I work like half an hour drive away, so there's no chance I can. So in fact, I was supposed to message my boss. I completely forgot. Let me just message him now. Let me just
Leo, how
message
have you
him
been
now.
doing?
But yeah, no. So we was just chatting about the chapter. We were saying we're not sure where we go from here with the whole Isagi getting a bid from Bastard Munchen, Rin getting a bid from Real. We
Right,
don't
I've
know what.
calmed down about it actually.
Yeah, well, how did you feel initially?
In it, oh, you could see my TikTok. I was
Yeah.
raging. Yeah. But yeah, I was raging because I'm like Rin got a bid from Navia. I literally messaged Earl like 12 minutes before the leak started coming. I'm like, yo, I messed up. I was supposed to do like one last TikTok about how I predicted Rin was going to Barca, the rival Sai.
Hmm.
Like they would be like La Liga rivals or something like that. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, but I knew Rin was going to La Liga. So I wasn't that upset about Rin getting a bid from La Real as I initially was.
Okay.
It
Okay.
fits his playstyle among all the five NEL teams. Like even when I did a worst to best, I think I put Barca at first because La Liga just fits his more creative side where like as long as he has a dominant midfield, he can just go crazy as an attacker and his no one understands him like his brother does. So even if he plays terrible for PXG, his brother could be like, "Hey, I can tame that beast. Y'all know seen what I did to his pal Shido," and then they could be like, "Yeah." It's also
Okay.
like the fans who are also voting too, like volume 21 or 22. Like the fans are very involved in who starts, who doesn't play, and the bids too. Like they are involved a lot, and especially on the app.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So how do you think Sai will react to the bid? Because
He'll
Arrow
be
seems to think
very
Sai won't
happy.
care.
He won't show any emotion because that's his very best trait. He doesn't show his emotions,
Mm.
but he has been waiting for this ever since he left Japan. This is the moment he's been waiting for, to make Rin the number one striker. He always said, even when he came back to Japan, that's why you'll be the number one striker. I will be the midfielder who will support your goals. So now that dream can actually turn into a reality. I'm low key
I don't,
happy for
I
him,
don't
but
think
at the same time, it's hard because
Rin will take
Isagi
the
should have
offer.
been sent. Huh? Yeah, Leo?
I don't, I don't really think Rin will take that offer.
Why though? Why wouldn't he take the offer?
Because of Sai. Because
Going,
Sai does
going
appreciate,
there.
doesn't have a problem with Rin, but Rin still
But
thinks they're in a fight. Sai doesn't even know they're in a fight. So I'm saying, in Sai's perspective, this is a dream. But for Rin, this is absolute hell. So I can
no, but
understand where Leo's coming from.
I swear down. Did wasn't Rin's whole thing right? So so up until the moment with Sai, wasn't Rin trying his best to get an offer from Real, anyways?
Yeah, that was the point.
Rin,
But like, now that he's against it, we don't know how he's mentally feeling with Sai now that Isagi's taken his place. And we don't know if I actually do think Rin would be comfortable playing on a team with Sai to just show him like he's so much better than him. It's not just about playing on the opposite team to destroy Sai. It's more of like being better than Sai and just showing his worth to destroy him. Just like third selection, second selection, Rin chose Isagi because he's like, you were the biggest pain in my bum in that game. I want you to watch as I become the world's best. I think that's what it's gonna be in La Real. For Ren to demonstrate in front of Sai personally, 24/7, I'm better than you. Even comment sections where it's chanting it like Blue Lock Volume 20 about he Rin is the better butter. So yeah, I think those comments are gonna like boom rocket it or something like
okay,
that.
when you say better, like how better, like shooting, like how? Because say he's a playmaker for Rin. if
Yeah,
that would be the case. It
that's
wouldn't make any sense.
true.
He's just
But like,
scoring goals, giving assists off of his brother. He wouldn't say, "Oh, I'm better because I'm scoring goals." You're saying, "Oh,
not
I'm the one feeding
necessarily
you
better
passes."
than you, but like, how do I say this? I'm the striker you could have never been. I'm way better than I. It's kind of like a Sasuke and Itachi situation where like when they
Again, they wouldn't say anything to that because that's a dumb response Rin would have gave to his brother. Because like, bro, yeah, I already acknowledged that dream. I'm not that striker, and he said it himself. I want to be the best midfielder. So it wouldn't make sense. It would have just been a slap in the face for Rin because he's just he's saying something which is totally obvious already.
Mm.
but
Uh,
is Rin like the guy who would like really turn down this offer? Like, do you think he's gonna
I
stay
don't
in
think he's turning
TXT?
it down. To be honest, I really don't. I
Like,
think
I
Rin,
really think he's gonna go to La Real
cause the thing
or at
is
least
Again,
Barca.
Rin does have beef with Sai, right? But Rin is trying to get Sai's approval. That's his
Exactly.
whole thing.
okay,
Like, if he
all
shows
right,
he's
so
the number one
Suki,
striker to
sorry,
side,
yo,
yeah.
Suki. Let's say in this perspective, then both Kaiser and Rin both go there. And let's say he's a better striker than Kaiser. He's outdoing Kaiser. How about that instead? Instead of saying he's trying to outdo his brother. Because since Kaiser's going to L'Oreal. How does that
Yeah,
sound?
that would work as a great narrative. I'm not trying to say he's trying to be a better striker. I'm trying to say he's trying to be the best striker in terms of because Sai, when the problem with Sai is he thinks Rin was not a striker until he really showed his monster side. Like Sai wanted Rin to be the world's number one striker, and he said
Mm.
with that lukewarm mentality, he cannot never be the world's best striker. So, in terms of Rin's perspective, Sai is still looking down on him,
Yeah,
even though Sai really isn't. Rin is just in that perspective that he's looking down on me and all that. So Rin is trying to show Sai he's the number one, he's the best. So it's not even him supposed to be outplaying Sai, but he's gonna try to in terms of the fact that he's trying to destroy Sai because of
yeah.
his own perspective. But the real goal for him should be to destroy Kaiser and Nuna too. Don't forget Nuna's on that motherfucker too.
Mm.
He's got two people to destroy in terms of
But
being the true number nine.
okay, but so Aero seems to think that the bids are for under 20 teams, so he wouldn't get
Oh,
to play with Luna, especially
Ooh.
since in Spain they have a rule where under 18s can't play first team football.
Oh yeah, and he's Japanese.
it's
Damn. Kaiser could because he has the European
Kaiser can, yeah.
because he has the European I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to burn you guys brain cells right now.
No,
But
no,
yeah,
go
I
on.
kept so basically
Because
if
you
you're
the
born in
European
Europe,
Union stuff.
there's a European Union passport. Basically like
Yeah,
you know how in America you don't need to travel to I mean you don't need to
a
have a
passport.
passport to travel to let's say from Mississippi to Wisconsin or something like that.
Yes.
It's similar to like the UN. If you want to travel to like different countries,
Yeah,
you
you
can
don't
use
need a
your
visa or
UN
anything.
pass to make it yeah, you don't need a visa.
Yeah.
It but Sai is Japanese, so many people kept on asking me, do I think Sai is gonna play for Spain? He literally can't because he has not lived there for 5 years yet.
Yeah.
This is not even getting the citizenship. This is just getting like let's say what we call a PR, like a permanent residence card.
Mm-hmm.
He only has like a special recommendation or a special request card
Yeah.
because it's not even confirmed, but because of the fact that he's playing for that.
Leo, what are you
yeah,
crying?
that's the sound of my brain dying right now. Yep.
What are you crying? Nah, keep going. I'm loving this.
But yeah, Sai literally cannot play for the Spain U20 national team. He
Mm-hmm.
probably could for the main national team, but like U20 he cannot because he left for Spain 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So at best, it's only now that he's lived there for 5 years because he just turned 18. If we keep that in mind, he left when he was 13. So and canonically, now is the time where he would have been able to apply. But at the same time, this is real life. It's not like boom, you can apply it 1 day later, you get it, right? It takes months. Like when I was trying to renew my passport, it took me like 6 months or something like that to get it done So yeah, I couldn't even travel in December that year because of the passport stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, for sure. And just like deducing analyst says here, so he says first he says they aren't bids for the U20 teams. Youth teams can't sign players. Players assigned to the main teams. Youth teams are simply an extension of the main clubs. And then he goes on to say, um, you get signed by the main club and you're simply moved down to the youth team for matches, which he is correct. So when
You
the
guys let Arrow tell you about youth team? The brother doesn't even watch football. Why were we listening to Arrow?
no yeah, but he seems to think he
Yeah, he
does.
got a bunch of wikis in the background.
No, wait. So he Arrow Arrow's understanding is that why would um Eagle send some players to go play first team football and some players to go play youth team football? It just doesn't seem fair. Surely
That's
it's
not
got to
the
be
point. You're supposed to play U20 team because obviously you're not going to make the first team immediately. So it's easier to make the U20 team, the youth team pretty much. It's
Mhm.
basically like playing in the youth team and then getting caught up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So yeah. So I think that's what he meant as well. So you start off with the U20 in the youth setup, and then maybe I don't know if he believes you can get called up to the first team, but I'm guessing so, and
Wait,
then
wait,
get called up
hold
to the
up,
first team, because
hold up.
obviously there's players like
Wait, hold up. Come
IQ.
again.
Yeah, Golio.
Wait, Raito.
Yeah,
Wait, hold up. I'm writing all of this shit down. I'm putting like on a fucking table like right now. Like I understand what y'all saying. Like
yeah.
not to be funny or nothing. Like I'm serious. I'm legit writing this down because I'm not this whole youth theme, this whole shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
damn.
So basically, um,
Wait, hold on. Let me get my pen real quick.
so there's players like IQ who are like 19 years old, right? They can legit play for first team football. In fact, they've had IQ's had offers for first team football before. So I for me, I can't fathom why IQ would go to Juventus to Ubers and play for their youth team over there. Surely he goes to play for the first team football, because he's had offers
Yeah,
from other Italian clubs to play. And
isn't IQ
at
like 18 going 19?
yeah, at
Probably.
19, yeah, I think he's 19. And at 19, you're already you're trying to you already got a foot through the door in the first team. You know, at 19, you don't really want to be playing youth football. But yeah, no, I just noticed Suki's gone. But yeah, like I I see where Arrow's coming from though, because you do want it to be all uniform. You do want it to be a fair contest, but at the same time, I was always under the understanding that these bids are for first team football, not youth team football. But yeah, like oh, it's just me right now.
She's been in Liverpool? Wait, how did the game end?
Yeah, so I heard PSG won. So Zoro says I could not have pro offers. It was U20. No, I'm pretty sure they were pro offers. I could be wrong, Zoro, but I'm pretty sure they were pro offers. There wasn't U20 offers.
I knew PSG was gonna beat Liverpool. No way this was gonna go on, bro. That robbery from the last game was unspeakable.
No,
People
so
were downplaying PSG for no reason, bro.
that is true. It's true. It's actually mad. I was so surprised. I was so surprised when I seen it. It's actually mad though. Like PSG did play really well in the first game. So I think they deserve it. I didn't watch the second game, so I don't know
Same. I
how
just
they
woke up
performed.
after you guys started streaming, and then I went to clean up the house.
So Rudy says that Dembele locked the fuck in. Yeah, Dembele is a baller though. Like that guy's got feet for days.
He did really well in the first
Sometimes,
game too. I watched it. He did really well. He
yeah,
just couldn't
yeah.
get any real good chances for anyone. Their new signing, Kuvalas, I cannot even pronounce his last name, but yeah, he was
Kvaratskhelia,
good. He should have scored, but he was just a heel offside. I was so pissed.
he's good as well. He's really good. I wish Arsenal had picked him up before PSG did.
But you
Uh,
know, I wanted to talk about Isagi because I haven't talked about him yet today.
yeah, go on,
In
go on.
Lavia's eyes, like this is the best team, Los Galacticos, right? The most insane team in European football, and right now.
Hmm.
Why the hell would they want Isagi if they can get Kaiser? Like Isagi's body is not gonna fit the creative style that Kaiser could emit to the team. Like Kaiser and Isagi basically have 99% the same playstyle, except Kaiser thrives in restriction. And Sai can literally do the make him a freedom type player, similar to how Ness does. So
Hmm.
with Sai, Kaiser becomes literally Isagi again because Kaiser is a world freedom player whenever he has a good midfielder. But if he's playing like he's building from the ground up, he can also be restrictive. So it can be an on and off situation.
Yeah,
Isagi, he needs to thrive in freedom. It's not like a player who can create their own chances. It's gonna be like Mbappe in the nine, basically. Mbappe in the nine was crap when he first came.
yeah,
That's how I imagine Isagi to be because they're like teams aren't gonna play lightly against La Real. This is the toughest team in the world. Like Isagi does not have like the skill set that Kaiser has in terms of physiques. I still think mentally Isagi's a better player, but in terms of physiques, Kaiser still has him way beat. Rin has him way beat, and definitely Leonardo Luna has him way beat. So yeah,
yeah,
I'm going to stay in Bastin Munchen. It also is like, okay, let's calm the hell down. Let's not make La Real the most strongest team with Isagi, because Isagi is never supposed to have the strongest team. That's never fun. Having him go against the strongest team is always a fun situation to go for,
for
honestly.
sure. But I think a lot of people, the issue isn't exactly that Isagi didn't get the Real bid. Obviously, I'm gutted Isagi didn't get Real bid, but that's just because in La Liga, Real, that's my team.
Same, I
But
feel that that's my team in La Liga.
but I think people are more, well, I speak for myself.
The tie,
I'm
right?
more annoyed that the bid that he did get was was a Boston Munchen one, because I think like it's boring. It's boring. I would have preferred to see him somewhere else. Especially, and I know that it's Boston Munchen because that's where Noel Noah is. But I don't. I want Isagi to meet Noel Noah to defeat him, not train under him to defeat him. If you know what I mean.
I feel that. It would have been cool if Isagi went instead of Rin, but I feel like Kaiser needed to go to La Real because
Yeah, yeah.
he's gonna try and crush Noah, obviously. But like for in terms of Isagi, it's like he's gonna train under his master to beat him, and it's like where is going to be the unexpected value of Isagi crushing Noah in the World Cup if he's just training under him? It's like I taught you everything you
that's
know, but what
that's
about
what
everything that I know?
and
Type
that's
shit.
what I mean. That's what I don't. I'm not for that. I would have preferred him to be at a different club. He learns his own craft and then meets up with Noel Noah and shows him, I'm good now.
You know, I would have actually loved it if Isagi and Barou swapped clubs for offers. Like Isagi went to Ubers and Barou went to Bastard.
Hmm.
But at the same time, Baro's basically become their king, so it makes sense why he's gonna stay. He might go to Bastard to join Isagi though. I could low see that. But at the
Really?
same time, like I, they literally showed in chapter 240. I forgot what it was. I don't
Yeah.
think that's a mistake. I think because obviously, even if Uber's offered him the same bed, Isaki could have just been scrolling and one of the offer clubs is him. Like Porto could still have an offer for Batra, but Bartra already outbidded him. It's like that. It's kind of like whenever Chelsea no, is it Chelsea? Yeah, Chelsea be outbidding everyone for damn near every player they
Yeah,
sign.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so Zorro said Real Madrid want pure strikers that can shoot bangers. They don't want an attacking midfielder Isagi. They already have Sai for that job. he can shoot just as good as and better than Isagi, which is fair. Which is
Right, that's
fair.
what I was talking about. Like Kaiser and Rin can play the nine.
Hmm.
Isagi would be like Mbappe with the nine. Even Raven Geeks, a YouTuber you're not famous with, but like me and him, both have the ideal situation where Isagi for the U20 team we plays offensive midfielder because that way he can also go play defense. Isagi has never like really been a player who thrives in just being a striker. He thrives in doing everything, bro. So limiting him to the striker position itself, I mean, he's still gonna be like as good, but like he doesn't have as much freedom for the defensive positions as he usually does. So I think offensive midfielder is very good for him.
Yeah. No, it is, but that's not where he wants to play though.
I know he wants to be the striker, obviously.
Yeah, and obviously him being the main character, that's gonna be granted to him at some point.
It will be.
Um,
Like it doesn't have
but
to be like the whole game.
I think he's making good strides because if you notice right, the way Isagi played. So in the Manshine game, I literally I reread it earlier today, and that's a banger of a game, man. And Chigri is so good in that game, but
That's still my
in
best game, bro.
yeah, but in the Manshine game, you see Isagi's doing a lot in terms of like defending, dribbling. He at one point Isagi dribbled past Chigiri who came sliding in at him.
Yeah, he faked out Chigri and Nagi.
Yeah. So Isagi did all that was all over the pitch in that game. But if you notice, um the more games, so like the Uber games, you could see that he was trying to play more as a striker in the Uber games, hence why he scored the first goal. Then in the towards the end of the PSG
Yes,
game,
yeah.
you can see he was playing as a pure striker. There was that moment where he passed it to Ness and he made that run and Ness should have passed it back to him. There was and the goal at the end as well. Isagi stopped relying on himself to do all the work and started relying on others to supply him towards the end of the NEL. So I think he is slowly progressing to the point of being a striker, but it's just
Yeah.
he just happens to be such a high IQ player that he can play most positions pretty well. The only difference between an Isagi and a Rayo is that Rayo physically is more dominant than Isagi is. So
Yeah.
technically and physically, Rayo is just slightly better than Isagi. But I actually looked at Rayo stats recently, and Rayo stats surprisingly are not as high as you'd expect them to be.
I know. They're like there's not 190 stat in
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
It's a
exactly.
jack of all trades where he has the he always says he has the potential to 99 everything, but he really is doesn't even have 190.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, but yeah, nah, it's I think he's trending towards being a striker. Obviously, that's his dream. That's what he wants to do. I do agree, though. He would be an outstanding midfielder. Outstanding midfielder. Um, the juicing analyst says Isagi goes to the U20 World Cup and develops, goes to the Boston Munchen team with his new skills and battles him for striking position. Noah isn't a coach, so Isagi would not really train under Noah, but under the BM coach. No, yeah, when I said train under Noah, I didn't mean literally. I just meant like he's obviously gonna pick up things from Noah, being on the
The
same
world's
team.
number one striker still.
Yeah. So being on the same team, he's gonna model himself after Noah, or he's gonna model himself in a way where he can beat Noah. But I don't really want that. I want for him to develop his game his own way and fight Noah in his own terms, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel that cause like in Boston Munchen, I mean he's gonna have too much freedom now, but it's like also I want him to surprise Noah with skill. Obviously, football's watch live, but still like for him to like surprise Noah in the World Cup and say, "Here's what I've learned," and something you didn't teach me is something that would be really good. I
Hmm.
mean, obviously the coach can teach him stuff, but like, what's Isagi gonna get from the coach? He's probably gonna be like the U20 Japan coach, honestly.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why before Rin was actually announced to go to La Real, I thought it would have been very good for Isagi to go to La Real. Because even if he's not a very good number nine compared to Kaiser and the rest, it would have been like he doesn't have to play defense because he has a team that can they're the strongest team in the world, and he just has to be the best striker. So Sai would pass it to him because the striker with the most heat for goal is the one that would get it. So I
yeah,
thought this would have been the perfect way to advance Isagi as a striker who could lead Japan to the U20 World Cup. And this would have been Sai's best way of contributing to the World Cup without having to play, with training Isagi and nurturing him to be a true striker.
yeah,
Obviously, Arrow was the one who actually presented the idea with Isagi going to La Real for a training camp special.
yeah.
Like the number
I
one
love that
person that
idea, man. I wish it was happening.
I know I wish it was happening, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's not, and it's sad.
yeah, man. But the thing is, right now we're in limbo. We don't know what's gonna happen next. But it could be something completely different from any of our ideas, and it could bang still. It could be sick.
It still
Um,
could be sick, yeah, of course.
yeah. So we're gonna just have to be patient with it. But me, do you actually reckon we'll get any part of Blue Lock where we actually get to see club matches and stuff like that?
Very low chance because this is not like a Haikyuu manga. This is more of like winning the World Cup itself. We,
Yeah.
if we ever get an episode Sai, I would love to see Champions League arc. But as of now, it feels like it's a very low possibility we see a Champions League final between Baston Munchen and Los Blancos, but that's very rare.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see analyst TX? Couldn't he develop on his own? Yeah, he's developed. I'm not saying that he's developed his skills because of Noah. It's just we don't want him to be on the same team as Noah while he develops because we would love to see Isagi go against his favorite striker as an enemy.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna happen when Japan meets France in the main World Cup, but at the same time, it's like we don't want him to just develop under Noah. We want him to go to a new environment and show that he truly is the adaptability king who can adapt in every environment, which is why everyone was pushing for Isagi to La Real. Even
Yeah.
I was before. I'm like, okay, it's
But
fine now, but still, I was very pushful for La Real. Even in my predictions, I made the custom icon for La Real just for Isagi.
but the funny thing is, right? Isagi models a lot of his play on Noah. So the lefty shot, right? That lefty shot, Isagi
Was because of
modeled
Noah.
from Noah. And if you look at the way the lefty shot happened as well, in that match, Ness Ness what do you call it?
Just like
Targeted,
Lavinho.
yeah, he targeted Isagi's weak spot and tried to throw him off balance, and Isagi was able to shoot with his left foot. Do you know why? Because Lavinho did the exact same thing to Noah, and Noah rolled it and took the shot on his left foot. Obviously, Noah was more flashy with it, but that's where Isagi got that from. There's also another bit where you see, in training, Isagi's holding off Yukimiya whilst taking a direct shot. I don't know if you know which one I don't know if you know the what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
There's
I
a little,
know. On chapter 208,
yeah, so there's a little snippet of training where Kurona passes, I think it's Kurona, passes
it's
the ball.
Fiore who passes him.
Hiyori passes the ball to Isagi, and Isagi holds off Yukimiya whilst taking the shot on the volley, and it looks sick. He got that from Noah. Noah did the same thing, but Noah actually trapped the ball at that time. He did a fake shot where he actually trapped the ball and brought it closer to himself, but it was the exact same movement. So a lot of the things Isagi does, he's modeled himself from Noah. He's modeled it from Noah, and the whole at the end of it's very subtle, but at the end of the PXG match, right? The whole killing your emotion, becoming a goal machine. That's actually Noel Noah's playing style. He's a machine for goal. Only the only
He has no
rationality.
soul, basically.
Yeah, everything he does is with the aim to score goals. Nothing else. Remember when Noah decided to team up with Isagi in the Manshine
Yeah,
match?
he said the person who would be the most rational and made the most logical decisions is the one I would align myself with.
Exactly.
In my
And
opinion.
then when he aligned himself with Isagi, he said kill every unnecessary noise.
Because scoring a goal would have not been the best way for Bastard Munchen to win because
Mm-hmm.
Kaiser would have gotten his way. Even Noah could understand that. Without
Yeah.
Metavision, but yeah.
Yeah, so Isagi said he's got so many options in that moment, but Noah came to him and said, "Kill any unnecessary noise. Only the narrow your path.
To
And
one absolute.
yeah, to one absolute, and that's what he did, and that's literally his play style. So Isagi does model a lot of his play from Noah, and I just feel like playing on the same team, you're obviously gonna pick up more from Noah. I just I don't know. Bayern Munich, Boston Munchen is just boring for me. I don't want him to be on Boston Munchen. Would have preferred him to be any other club, really. Not just Real necessarily, just any other club, just so that we get fresh faces, new characters, that type of stuff.
Yeah. Noah says deducing analyst says Noah aligning himself was on purpose. Yeah, he was looking for the strongest person to fire up Kaiser so that Kaiser could be his next opponent. It necessarily didn't need to be Isagi, but at the moment, even in the Ubers game, he says this unnecessary thinking isn't like you. So Noah trusted Isagi to be the candlelight. That was very obvious. It could have been Hiyori, but like Isagi was like the prime candidate to take the role. So like
Mm,
every time he says these stuff, it's to fire up Isagi. He even says on the bid thing, chapter 204, don't let the bids get to you. That these guys that there's still more to play. It's
yeah,
like, okay, Itagi, I can't have you die yet type of energy.
yeah, yeah.
Like, wait, what do you mean by he selected Isagi before? And like, if we're talking about Manshine, obviously, no, I knew that he was gonna be wait,
No, so he's talking
Isagi
about
was his main
Noah.
target before the Eddie.
No, yeah. So he's talking about Noah purposely aligned himself with Isagi to get Kaiser to awaken, but in that moment, that wasn't the case. In the moment, he aligned himself with Isagi because Isagi was doing sick. He just came from stopping what's his name uh Prince's shot. He came from stopping Nagi and Rayo's combination. So in that moment, Isagi was playing the most rational. So that's
Right,
why he aligned himself in that moment. But yeah, Noah did want to fire up what do you call it, Kaiser,
Isagi.
but he
Okay,
didn't
then.
know that he didn't necessarily know that Isagi would be the one to do it.
He
So
says that's why Noah chose Isagi rather than Yukimiya and Barcha. That was all fan service. It was literally
yeah,
stated that it's required in our
in his
contracts.
contract, yeah,
Yeah,
it
and
was
even it's not
contracted.
even just Isagi. Nagi has a contract too where he must play because he's a van favorite. So it's like
Hmm.
vote to for your favorite players to play. People are literally saying, "I hope Kurona play in this game." Doesn't mean they will start, but they have to play because of fan service. This was a little entertainment league. This is not to be taken that serious as some people do take it.
Yeah, yeah. So Rudy said, I'm hoping if there's a training camp for Real and Ringo's, since he got the bid from them, Isagi would be the number one in Blue Lock, and they'll have their 1v or 11v11 in-house scrim. Okay, so it's basically Aero's idea, but instead of Isagi being the one to go to Real,
It's
it's
Rin.
Rin goes and Isagi stays and does the 11v11. That could be interesting as well.
You know what
But
this gives me
but
vibes of?
but we know Isagi's gonna win any 11 versus 11 they play, cause outright Isagi's the second best player in Blue Lock, if not the best player in Blue Lock.
Yeah, for sure. Because Bao's not gonna defeat him.
Yeah. He then says Isagi would keep the frustration of not going to the Real camp into the World Cup, and that keeps Isagi and Rin rivalry going. Fair enough. That's a good idea, to be fair.
I can mess with that because of Haikyuu. Like their star setter Kag. Have you watched Haikyuu?
I watched it, but I didn't get that far. But I know like the progression of the story.
But yeah, their setter Kageyama. Oh fuck, I don't want to spoil
No,
too
no,
much.
spoil it. Sorry.
He basically gets to the national training camp. So like the best under 20 or under 18 or something like that volleyball players in a training camp. So Kageyama gets there instead of the star our player Hinata, which is the main character we know.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kageyama has the tools to become the best setter. Meanwhile, Hinata relies on a setter, a passer, similar to how Isagi relies on a passer to do what he does best.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and Hinata doesn't even get trained for the Miyagi prefecture. It's actually Suki, the defensive beast for Karasuno, who gets in there. So
Suki's
like
the one with glasses, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Tsukishima.
Yeah.
Not me saying my own YouTube name. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Hinata actually goes to that one to understand the basics.
Okay.
So basically, that was Shoyo Hinata's basics training camp because he's always been like, oh, let's play volleyball, but without learning the basics. So like watching the best volleyball players of the
Yeah.
first year training, he started to like understand the basics, especially when it came to receiving.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like I don't know what basics Isagi can learn, but especially with
I
being with
think
the best 22. I mean, obviously there's a lot, but I don't know which one he will.
I
But
think
like with being, you go first.
yeah, so I think with Isagi, it wouldn't be the basics that he needs to learn, because I think fundamentally Isagi understands football at a different level. But I think what he would have to learn would be not learn, but what he'd have to do is work on his body. I think that's Isagi's next step, working on his body, which will in turn help him not only to be faster, but dribble better and to be stronger in duels. So you see how Kaiser was able to match up with Rin.
Oh yeah,
Isagi,
because of the acrobaticness. Even though I don't know who's stronger between the two, but Kaiser had a better body balance.
yes. So that's something that Isagi will have to work on, his balance, his speed, it's just his body in general. That's why I would have loved for Isagi to have gone to an English team. I would bro, Isagi in Arsenal, bro. Mad.
He's
Mad.
again real in Arsenal. Let's get it in 2025.
Yeah, man, I might have to draw that still. I might have to do that. But yeah, no. So I think the thing that Isagi would work on would be his body mainly, because I think his mind is there. He knows
Yeah,
what he wants to
obviously.
do.
Like what I meant by basics wasn't like mental. I meant like physical because he still can learn a lot in dribbling's aspect from Bachua. Like Rail can teach him
Mm-hmm.
like the physical approaches that Chris Prince taught him. I was thinking that he combines the four other NEL teams' knowledge to himself to
Yeah,
become one ultimate to embody other environments, and with his adaptability card he can do it.
for
I
sure.
don't know how many days is left for a U20 though.
Oh,
Six. It
what?
would have been under 60 or 50 before
Yeah.
cause
Arrow said it. What was it now? Maybe 50 or something like that around that.
it's close to 50
Yeah,
cause
Arrow said it earlier.
a
I
hundred
can't
days
remember.
and 153 or 154, and
Mm-hmm.
each match happens in 10 days. So we're in week 5 of the NEL,
Yeah, so around
which
50.
means 50 days have passed. Actually, it would be close to 40 than it is to 50 because I was
Yeah,
assuming that it was just 4 matches. But yeah, if this is week 5 of the NEL, 50 days have passed, and there was already a 10-day gap before.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's actually very close to 30. So yeah, they only have like a month. Deducing that analysis is correct because they have a 10-day thing before the first game is even played.
Okay.
Some
Okay.
mental map right there, huh?
Yeah, no, that is it's definitely gonna be interesting. But how do we fill the gap? This is
That's
this.
what we need for the training arc.
But what
Because it's
kind of
only
training arc? So
realistically.
so so 11 versus 11 is all good as long as it's not Rin versus Isagi.
No, that's why I think they need to separate them two. Because if they have them, I was scared. I needed one of them to not be in that match. Because if they have Isagi beat Rin again right after it, it makes the rivalry feel so one-sided. Because I feel like
Yeah,
right now Isagi would beat Rin if it happened.
yeah. I mean, we don't really want to see Isagi versus Rin again. Even though, to be fair, like this is no. To be fair, this is what the third time we've seen it. Fourth, yeah, third time, third, yeah, third time, because they did it
I
twice
think
in second
Lukaku should
selection.
be Isagi's goalkeeper. Nah, actually, no, they wouldn't. They would never dare do that.
What?
Gagamon staying with Isagi all the way.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's what the training arc is gonna be mainly about, similar to like the third selection. It's gonna be basically finding their synergies with all the new weapons that they've gained, understanding the road. Now, how do they put that in one team? That's
Yeah,
the point of this.
yeah, for sure. Ooh, yeah.
I
Oh
think
man,
Nagi and Barou have to be on the same team though if we're doing this.
why?
Because how else is it gonna be entertaining if Isagi gets one of those two?
Ooh, true. Oh no, actually, that's a good idea because they're both
They're
desperate
both.
to be Isagi.
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah,
So
yeah,
now
that's
that they
true.
both have actually technically lost to Isagi, and Nagi's motivated to not just beat Isagi again. We don't know what Nagi's motivations is gonna be after this match, but like
Yeah,
this is their
as
comeback season.
as long as Chigiri is on Isagi's team, bro.
Like they're both very good together, honestly. Especially in episode Nagi, they've shown that they can work together.
Yeah,
Like especially with Nagi saying that in 295 we're gonna make the most logical decisions for goal. Like who else is gonna be a good challenge for Isagi if Bauer or Nagi's on his team? That's my initial thought.
no, yeah, you're right. You're right. They should be on the opposite team. Yeah, that'd be sick. But then Shido would be on Isagi's team, wouldn't
Yeah, but that's fine. That's fine. I'd rather Bao and Nagi be on the opposite team than Shido and Nagi.
he?
Or
Ooh, do you know what would be good as well? If Hiyori's on the opposite team as well, so Isagi can't rely
I
on him.
want Isagi to not have like an oh shoot. Then I low-key want Shido and Nagi. But that's tough. Do I want Hiyori with Bao or Hiyori with Shido? Because I low-key want to see Hiyori side 2.0 with Shido. Low-key.
No, no, no. You want Hiyori with Barou, right? Because that weakens Isagi. But then you want Rayo on Isagi's team.
Oh, that's something I've wanted. Reo and Isagi
Yeah,
for so long, bro.
yeah.
But
That'd be
yeah,
so
I
sick.
want Hiyori to not be on the same team as Isagi, but in the World Cup, I do need to see a Hiyori and Shido moment.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure it's gonna happen. Like Hiyori, he said he doesn't discriminate. He's gonna pass to the play in the best position.
And Shido's tanned like his dad.
Yeah. Okay, so
Who else
really,
should be on Isagi's team, huh?
oh yeah, true. Who? Uh,
Yeah, Zoro, that's why
Bachira.
we're talking about Rin having to not be on in this match because
Mm,
we don't want for a repetitive Isagi versus Rin rivalry again.
yeah, but what we want is we don't want Isagi to be comfortable in the match.
Yeah, we want
So
him to have a hard time, but not for Rin to be there at the same
yeah,
time.
so you would have to surely you'd have to put Bachira on the opposite team as well as Kurona on the opposite team.
Oh yeah, true. Because we need to make Isagi like the number one. Like he has to
Hmm.
crush like all these mandem.
Yeah, so
Then who do we put on Isagi? We need to put Karasu on Isagi's team.
yeah, Karasu can be on Isagi's team.
IQ got it. No, 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 no. We need IQ on the opposite team. The strongest defender too.
No, 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 no. Oh
Oh yeah,
yeah.
because
No,
he's
but
the strongest
I
defender.
would want IQ on Isagi's team just so that Isagi doesn't have to do a lot of defending.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. This is for Isagi to become a striker,
Yeah,
but at
striker.
the same time, we just need to take away the best the playmakers for Isagi, because this is to test if Isagi can really be a striker without the reliability of Kurona, Bachira. So I see where you're going with this now. Yeah.
Yeah. Deducing analyst says, bro, they would be fire as a duo. A Rayo with a strong mentality has overall adaptability on par with Isagi. Imagine then them adapting off each other again and again. Yeah, bro, it'd be sick. It
I
would be
know.
sick.
That'll be Isagi's best teammate of the match. I'm not gonna like Gagamao has to be on Isagi's team. If not, they're losing badly.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Because if you're
Yeah.
gonna have Barou and Nagi on the opposite team, you gotta have Gagamaru defending the goal.
But Otoya's gonna be on Isagi's team too. Yukimiya, I think it's fine with him on Isagi's team too.
Yeah, yeah. I think Yukimiya, even though Yukimiya does glaze Isagi, right? But
He's starting to glaze him now, but it's like at the same time he'll still do his own thing
yeah, he'll
soon.
still do his own thing. That's the thing. Yeah. So Yukimiya, he's selfish enough that he won't always just try to appease Isagi. So yeah, that's good.
Right. So we have Bachir on the left for the opposite team, Bao and Nagi as the central strikers.
Mm-hmm.
Now we need actually no, put Bachir on the right because I'm putting my boy Chigiri on the left in that team.
Ooh, you having Chigri on the other team? I was gonna have Chigri on Isagi's team. To be fair.
Oh, this is a tough one. I lucky was gonna have Chigiri on their team just to make it like the most insane
Yeah,
offensive
because that
team
would
that.
be crazy hard for Isagi. It will be crazy hard if everyone's on because remember there's also Hiyori on the other team. There's also Kurona on the other team. I mean on Isagi's team he'd have like people like Zantetsu and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Zantetsu for Isagi's team.
Yeah, I think
We've never seen the Saitama boys work together yet.
yeah, that's
Surprisingly.
true. That's true. But I think I would like Chigiri on
You know who
Isagi's
else
team.
I need? Hiragi on Isagi's team. Hiragi was
Yeah.
confirmed to be introduced. That's why I have him surviving, because the mangaka for the episode Nagi said he will be in the main story soon. I don't know if it's just a one-off with Manshine, but I doubt it. I think he's actually gonna survive the top
Did he say
22
that?
run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for the tweet so hard because I don't even know the mangaka's name. But
Oh
yeah, after
man.
chapter 20, was it 20 or no, it was 21 that he's like, thank you very much for watching episode Nagi. This character will be coming back in the main story, so look forward to that, something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See. Deducing analyst says Chigiri and Yuki are best with Isagi. They're independent players that won't obey Isagi. For sure.
Okay.
For
We
sure.
can
Like.
obviously swap Chigiri and Zantetsu then, honestly. Give Isagi Chigiri and give Nagi Zantetsu, because Zantetsu works very well under Nagi, actually.
Yes, that's fair. I was actually gonna have Zantetsu further back though. I personally I think Zantetsu should have been playing like side back, right back, left back.
I'm actually gonna have him in the U20 play side back.
Yeah, yeah. I think
And
I think
just
he's
for
better
this
suited
final
there.
moment, let him enjoy like right winger or something like that again. It's gonna be his final time we ever get to see him as a right winger.
Yeah, but
Because
yeah, that
honestly, he's not gonna be taking shots in the World Cup. He's just gonna be like using his speed. So he was mainly a defensive mechanism, especially against Ness. And they
hmm
actually did it in the PXG lineup too, like when Noki came on.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's the whole point of the team. It needs to be one where Isagi is forced to develop his own skills, like deducing says. It needs to be a team where where Isagi isn't comfortable, where he can't just rely on the best passes to just give him the worldy passes where he can get in behind IQ and stuff like that. It needs to be a team where Isagi has to struggle.
Yeah, for sure.
Nico,
That's what I'm
where's
doing.
Nico going?
I'm looking at Ario and Nico. I'm like, which one do I give to IQ? I think I can give Isagi. I think I actually want to give Isagi a strong defense though.
That's the
And
thing.
Nico also
I want
Nico
him to have
wants
a
to
strong
crush
defense.
Isagi too. So like, I think I'll give Nico to the opposition and give Ario to Isagi. Let Ario get a W for once, bro.
Yeah, but then that would mean IQ and Ario in Isagi's team, which is good. But is it not too overpowered?
I don't mind the defense being overpowered. If the offense and midfield is overpowered, that's when I get a problem because the defense doesn't affect if Isagi would be ooh.
Ooh,
Now
yeah.
we're giving IQ for oh shoots, but Raichi doesn't thrive well with Isagi though.
But that's the thing. Like, you don't really want him to.
Raichi. I think Raichi. I realistically wanted Raichi and Nico to work together because
Ah,
there's only one flyer left in Blue Lock, so obviously Arya's independent. But like it's physicality and brains versus physicality and brains again, because Raichi's the meat monster himself. Then Nico can control him. So I was kind of thinking that if Isagi doesn't get to have him, Nico can really push Raichi to new standards. Then we have IQ truly shows captainship by commanding Ario on how to really go. Raichi
yeah.
is going to be a defender. Yeah, I was just thinking if I wanted to put him on Isagi's team or Nagi's team.
Do you know who would be a great defender though? And I know most people would put him in
Don't
CDM, but
fucking put Sendo, bro.
no,
Who? But
no,
who?
no, 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 not
Kakashi?
Sendo, no. I forgot about that guy. He would have to be on Isagi's team. But
He's gonna be offensive midfielder for Isagi's team for sure. If
yeah,
that comes to be like
but
Shadow Striker type thing.
but yeah, Kunigami would be a six center back.
Yeah, that's true though.
It would be a
Actually,
six center
Raichi
back.
works better. Raichi Loki works better as a. But Kunaga, who would you rather? See, I think Kunagami would be like a Lorenzo type of guy.
Yeah, so
But
going
Lorenzo's
up
like
and
a
down.
man marker. He isn't really like that insane of a defender as people get to him.
Yes,
He just can
yes,
man mark anyone. That's
yes.
Kunagami's specialty.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So
I
I
mean,
would keep Raichi as a center midfielder,
yeah,
defensive.
yeah, central defensive midfielder. He can pick up loose balls and stuff.
And that way we have an aerial opponent for Isagi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that works. Kunagami and Nico versus Ryu and IQ. There you can go. I'm
as
writing this as
as
a script
as
for a video, bro.
oh, bro, it'd be sick. It'd be sick. It'd be sick. This is a good idea for a video as well. This one here. What if you do a talented learners 11 versus a genius 11? That would go hard.
I low-key want to wait for the top 23 to finally be reviewed before I finalize all this. But yeah, that would be peak as well.
Yeah, that'd
The
be
problem
sick.
is, do we actually have enough let's look at the top 23 as it is right now.
Yeah, that's true. Do we have the players though?
Because there's too many Metavision work users
Users.
really
Yeah,
actually work well. Because it's not like they're enhancing their abilities, right? It's
hmm
just their brains. But you need a genius to make talented learners better. That's the problem.
that's the
Unless you got
thing.
like
Yeah,
a Kaiser.
yeah.
Hiyori's
Cause
like the physically best talented learner among the bunch.
oh yeah,
That's not Hiyori's actually spec wise is really good.
yeah, yeah. He already sick. But Chigiri, bro, Chigiri is so good, bro. Chigiri, I feel like Chigiri is really underrated in the story. Like I think the
Ooh,
author's trying to highlight him, but not highlighting him enough. Because if you think about Chigiri's skill set, he's actually ridiculous. Especially, oh, bro,
Chigiri, yeah. He can dribble really fast too. It's not even
bro,
like his
he can dribble fast, but he dribbles multiple players at the same time, bro. Right. So right now, top 23. So Rin would be talented learner. That's oh no, Rin's not in
Rin
here.
would be genius.
Yeah. Rin's not here. So
Who would be the
Barou.
left back for Isagi's team? Do we put Otoya on right back or
Mm,
I'm trying to
yeah,
deduce the team.
yeah. He'd have to be right back.
Who would be right wing for Isagi's team then? Damn.
Would he not be Shigri? Are you having him on? Oh no, he has to be on the left. You're right.
Chigri has to be on the left to thrive.
He has to be on the left. Mm,
Actually, I think right wing will actually.
No,
Well,
no,
do we
no. Keep him on
Sendo
the
on the
left.
right wing? How would that go? Actually, no, but I want Sendo to Loki have to go against IQ.
Yeah, Sendo has to be two up
Sendo
top.
needs to get a grade from IQ, bro. Like, I want to see IQ really test Sendo as a striker. That would be a cool moment to see. Cause the Deducing analyst said this wouldn't really let Sendo thrive, and yeah, this is true, especially if Isagi's supposed to be the solo striker. I think Sendo as an OMF for Nagi's team would go well, so that we could see a moment between Sendo and IQ.
Oh,
But who do
bro,
we put as
IQ's
right wing?
eating
God
up
damn it!
Sendo though. Come on.
I know, but still, like it would be like fun to see IQ like crush Sendo.
Yeah, true. Right, so
This is brain cells being lost over here.
yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, we have Shido, so it's got to be a 4-2-4 with two strikers because Shido and
Ooh,
Isagi as
yeah,
the main
yeah, yeah.
strikers.
You're right. I forget, you know.
I forgot it's Shido. Oh, Shido.
Oh, that'd
Okay,
be sick though. That's a sick video idea, man.
I know Rail as the cam will go hard though.
Yo, for sure. I've always wanted to see how Rayo and Isagi would interact together on the pitch on the same team. Because even in the U20 match, I don't think they passed. They they didn't
No, they
interact
never
with
work
each other.
together. They never
Yeah,
work together.
yeah. It'd be so good. It'd be so good.
I'm putting like all the players down. We have right back. I think I'm gonna give. No, I think Zantetsu has an offensive play. Oh, but Karasu, who would he work better with? Because Karasu's still on that team too. But Rail can make such. It's because Rails on
Ooh,
and Karasu are both on that team, so both of their boys are there. Like Rail can make Zantetsu a star, and Karasu can make Otoya a star.
true, true. Yeah, yeah. You're right. It works. It works perfectly. That's
But I
perfect.
think Zantetsu can like sneak from the back. But who's a better defender? I think Zantetsu's speed would put him better as a defender
Yeah,
because
you.
we've
I
seen
think.
Zantetsu get defensive stops. Otoya cannot do defense for his life unless the opponent is not paying attention at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, Jantetsu would be a better defender than Otoya, that's for sure.
Ooh, Yuki on. Actually, I have Yuki on the left, but Yuki and Chiguri together it makes too much noise. They're not gonna work well together if Chiguri's on the. Because Yuki Miya can still thrive in any winger position, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be left wing. But the problem with yeah, I think Zantetsu would have to be right back. Otoya would have to be left back because Zantetsu, if he gets to get up front, he can only shoot really well from the right, similar to how Chiguri shoots really well from the left.
Oh, Deduction's got a good team here, but Deduction, we want Rayo to be on this team. I don't
Yeah,
see him
this
here.
is real.
We need Rayo on this team.
That's the only thing you're missing, bro. But you're literally drafting or making my video a whole time turn easier right now.
Bro, do it, man. It'll be a sick video. That'd be a sick video. But yeah, no, we're
Who
missing
the
Rayo.
player is Isagi alone. But Rayo's not really a playmaker for Isagi though.
No, he's not. He's
It,
not.
it would be like them both trying to kill each other at the same time. Because Rayo's not like a Hiyori fanboy who's gonna submit to Isagi.
Nah, Ray. I low key think Rayo doesn't like Isagi.
He doesn't.
Rayo's a hater
He
for
took
real.
his boyfriend from him.
Oh man,
I think
yeah.
I swap out Sendo for Rayo. That's what I'm gonna do on this team.
Sendo for real.
Like he drafted Sendo, so
Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's a decent team though. It's a decent team.
Yeah, he
And
did really well. It's just I
yeah,
need Rayo on that team. That's Karasu can be CDM, um, no right winger Otoya. I think I'm sorry, not Otoya, Kimiya.
yeah,
Obviously, there would be changes depending on who
yeah.
makes the top 23.
Yeah, I think most of these, apart from Raichi, is in should
Wait,
and
yes, right? You on the
Zantetsu.
team?
Raichi and
Oh no.
Zantetsu. Yeah.
Ooh. I'm trying to think if there will be a surprise person. I think Hiragi, Nishioka, one of those two
Nishioka?
guys.
Oh, bro, please give me
For
Nishioka,
Nishioka, we
please.
need that hype, bro.
I need it. I need it, bro. I need it. Zantetsu can drop out. We've got enough
Yo, my
speedsters.
days. No way are we dropping Zantetsu off
No,
for.
if you think about it, right? At some point, um, Yukimiya is gonna have to hit 90s in speed. You already have Corona in 90s in speed. Obviously, you got
Oh.
Chigiri in 90s in speed. We've got a lot of speedsters.
And Zantetsu didn't really develop anything. I
Yeah,
see.
Zantetsu is like the most boring of them.
The only thing saving him for me is episode Nagi, I can't lie. That manga did him justice.
Yeah, of course, of course, of
And the
course.
problem is we didn't even get to see Loki. We didn't get to see a speed moment between him and Loki or anything like that. When Loki coming on the pitch was very disappointment. We didn't see him work with. We didn't see him do anything except for a
No,
pass to Ren,
Loki
bro.
didn't develop them, bro. He didn't develop them.
That's why I say he's the worst master striker bunch to bunch because like even in video I'm planning, I'm talking about what Rin would get if he went to Boston Munchen. I'm like, he gets pretty much the same thing. Loki doesn't teach these guys. So like if
Yeah,
they transfer to any other club, they still get the same abilities they get in PXG plus more.
for sure, for sure. Cause
That's why when you see what if people went to this club instead? No one's saying what if someone went to PXG instead.
But do you know the thing is, right? So when I saw PXG's lineup, right, and I saw Zantetsu on there, I saw Rin on there, I saw what's his name, Shido on there. I was like, bro, this team is stacked, and if they get developed, bro, there's no way anyone's beating them. But luckily, Loki didn't bother developing anyone, bro.
Oh yeah, true. Because
Luckily.
Karasu wouldn't have been able to do well under Loki no matter what. If Loki cared, Zantetsu gets developed.
Oh, for sure.
Zantetsu definitely gets
Zantetsu
developed.
should have been a highlight for Loki, really.
That's what when I seen like Zantetsu do nothing against Barca, I'm like, yeah, PXG's not beating Barca. I
Nah.
thought this was gonna be a team where like everyone was gonna like develop into superstar. I thought this was like a team to make superstars
Yeah.
because that
Yeah,
was the
for
gimmick
sure.
I thought they were going for. Which
I
is
would.
kind of it's relying on superstars, not making superstars, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I, would- you know, do you reckon? So Chigri, do you reckon he was better off staying, going to PSG, or is
Hell
Manshine
no.
perfect for him?
I keep on telling people who wants Chigu to go to PXG. I'm like, look at your boy Zantetsu and tell me, do you want your boy Chigu to be the same?
Chigiri is more motivated than what, cleverer than Zantetsu. So like,
I know, but still, like at the same time, Chris was the one who helped him find his position, right? And his shooting formula. I mean, Chigu would have had a harder time like figuring out how to use the speed. Obviously, Chris made it easy. He would have still figured out something because similar to Rin. Rin
hmm
figured out everything on his own, like how to get better. But like Chigui also doesn't have the freedom to control, not control, but like carry his team because Rin and Sheeta are doing it. So he'll just be submitted to a post player similar to Nana say. It's
Okay.
thanks to Nagi and Rail having their love drama problems that Shiggy is able to do as well as he did, and thanks to Chris Prince as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So Deducing says, in my opinion, Chris Prince was the best master striker. Yes,
Yes.
Snuffy. Yeah, for sure, like 100%. He said yes, Snuffy gave good advice and
But
tactics, but
that's
I
not
found
advice. This is football, not life and death, bro.
and he said and tactics, but I found Chris's body analysis and philosophy to be the best for individual growth. 100%. That's why like I was envious when I for Isagi when I saw Chigiri and Nagi and Rayo all develop like physically, because that's one thing that I always thought Isagi needed to work on: his physical body, his stamina, all that stuff. And with Chris Prince's philosophy, I think Isagi would have been a beast. I think he would have been a beast. Because remember, Noah didn't really teach Isagi much apart from the whole cut out any noise and stuff like that. But if Isagi had developed his body and unlocked metavision, so unfortunately, well, the thing is, Isagi probably wouldn't have unlocked metavision until he played Kaiser, until they played BM, which was what the first match if he was on Manshine. So it
Something like
would
that,
have
yeah.
worked out. It would have worked out. So in the first, if Isagi went to Manshine in the first match, his first match he would have played against BM. He would,
Bastard, yeah.
yeah, he
He
would
would
have
have had
seen
20
Kaiser.
days of training too.
Yeah, he would have seen Kaiser, and then he would have learnt from Kaiser the whole scanning metavision thing, and then whilst he's developing his body he would have been so good, because remember when he first used metavision how drained he was.
Yeah, I remember. But now with the Manshine training, he wouldn't have been drained.
Yeah, yeah, he wouldn't have been drained and he would have been more like a physically better. I think
That's
that
true. He
would have
would
been
have
to his benefit. But yeah, I
been.
recently reread the Manshine match, bro. This is such a goated match. Such a great match, especially with
But at
Yuki
the
Miya
same
crashing
time, I
out.
don't think Isagi would have been like able to go through the development he did with Bastard Munchen. Like he wouldn't have learned about
Egocentrism.
giving away your soul for the sake of a goal,
Oh,
rationality. Like
yeah, of
Noah's
course.
advice was very important for Isagi.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Diluting all the noise, making sure every action you take in life is for leading towards you being the
Leading
best
towards
striker.
being the best. Yeah.
And we literally had Kunagami train Isagi. So it's
Hmm.
not like he didn't get any physical advancements. He just couldn't make any physical advancements to the way his body couldn't necessarily break. It would have helped him in terms of before the PXG game in Manshine. Like he would have done very well in the first game, but towards the end, I feel like he wouldn't have progressed as much as he did in Bastard. Mia Bastard, it was a slow progression, but towards the end, he really did upgrade.
Yeah.
Me off of Manchester, it would have been a quick temporary drug similar to Nagi, and then after like after the Bastard Munchen game, he doesn't really have any metavision users outside of Rail to really work with, and Rail's kind of like on the Nagi coaster,
Hmm. Yeah.
so it doesn't really work out.
Ooh,
I don't see them losing any games, but like still mentally for Isagi, like after NEL, he really suffers.
yeah. 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 You make a really good point. With the whole Isagi using his mental abilities and the imbalance. Um, One thing I wanted to say as well. Do you know in the Manshine match, one player that I didn't appreciate how good he was Agi. Agi's
Thank
actually
you.
Agi's actually a baller. Wow.
What country you reckon he's from? Yeah.
I
I
don't know,
actually
man.
have
For
him
me,
for Ghana
France.
because his name has something to do with Ghana. You know,
Is it
if
okay?
you search it up, it has something to do with Ghana. I want him to be African so bad, bro, because
That
his
would be
play
sick.
style fits
That would be
so
sick.
like
That would be
analyst,
sick.
but at the same
I
time,
I
it's really
I thought he was French. Personally, I thought he was French. But
ooh.
if he's African, that'd be sick. But bro, he's because do you know who he reminds me of?
Who?
He reminds me of a Paul Pogba.
Ooh, for real?
Yeah,
Pogba.
yeah. But the thing
But at
is,
the same time, Pogba, a lot of I don't want to go into colonizers, but like a lot of the French mandem were like based
yeah,
off of Africa.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But the thing is, he doesn't actually play like Pogba. It's just his frame just reminds me of Pogba.
I know that's why I said Pogba. I was very confused.
Yeah, yeah. He don't play like Pogba at all. But yeah, nah, he's good. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. It's been 2 hours 15 minutes. Oh, Suki, uh, you disappeared.
I accidentally pressed reload.
Okay. I was literally saying we'll wrap it up here because it's been 2 hours 15 minutes. I think it was great stream. I'm so glad you came in, Suki. Um,
Okay.
and I'm so glad Aero was here. Lexio did a little cameo as well, and Leo. So yeah, guys, I've got everyone's handles in the description. So make sure you subscribe to everyone. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It's
Eco
road to
Keeper right
1,000.
there.
Yeah, man, we're
But I'm
so close.
genuinely surprised. You need to like promote your YouTube on like TikTok, Instagram, because that's why Errol's so big. He's very big on TikTok. He got like
Yeah, he's
40
huge.
something K. Yeah, he's huge. You need to like transfer like your TikTok and Instagram people over it. Because you have like 2,000 followers on Instagram or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you generally like need to like do something because you have very good potential to be like one of the top. I'm surprised you haven't hit 1K yet.
Yeah, bro. It's the only thing holding me back is just like scheduling. Like I'm just I don't have the time that I want to have to be able to
That's
to just throw everything into it. But slowly but surely we'll just grind upwards, and we'll make more time in it. But yeah, no. So deducing, thank you so much for jumping in. Um, Great points and everything. In fact, deducing, um, hit me up. Hit me up if you're interested in actually joining us on stream as well. Um, we'd like to hear from you. I'd really like to hear from you. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna finish up here. Thank you everyone for joining us. And yeah, hopefully next week we get to see a bit more of the Manshine game and we get a little bit more clarity as to
it. The title's really related to Bachira. Brain
okay
juice. If you look at 213, Bachira talks about ego juice. I
okay
think I was the first person to realize that, and then I told like someone, and then everyone started realizing it. That was an easy one because I was literally referring to chapter 213 when I was making my Mansion predictions. Then I'm like, oh, that's why it clicked to me very fast. As soon as I saw the title, I'm like, I definitely was the first person to realize before I started telling everyone.
okay. That's sick. Yeah, deducing. So in fact, give me your Discord handle, and I'll add you. You're
Oh,
in.
he's in the new egoist. W Mans, yes. We
Nice,
have like
nice, nice,
over 1K people in there.
nice. We're all in there.
Yes, sir.
If in
So
fact if
Dantetti
you're
knows what a contrarian is.
if you're in there, okay. Let me just add you now. I'm so bad with Discord, bro.
I
do you know
know, me too. I have a server and I barely won that thing.
do you know every time I open up Discord, it makes me feel like super old because I'm like, I have to learn things.
Oh my days, I feel that.
Nah,
I'm
man.
20 now, so I'm almost uncle level.
Trust me, I'm definitely uncle level when it comes to it. Let
I
me
know.
let me just do this. Yeah, but it was a good stream. The
Very
the
good.
the chapter was a curveball though. The
I
bits.
feel like it's gonna get. I feel like it won't be as bad as people think at like a year later or something. But
Yeah,
as of right now, cause the problem isn't Rin going to La Real or Isagi getting a Basel Munchen bid for me. It's the
yeah,
fact that Isagi didn't get over Rin. That's a problem for me. Because
yeah,
like
for sure.
Isagi could have still had a higher value and Rin still could have gone to La Real, but I feel like people would have been more mad in the Kaneshio's eyes. So Kaneshio was like, okay, I gotta put Rin at number one. He was trying to like find a compromise ground, and I think if he sent Rin to La Real as number two, f- people would have been fuming even more.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
It was a very tough writing block for him because the story he's trying to tell, I have a lot of faith he will pull it off.
Hmm.
But for the current moment, especially the first chapter after being sick, you don't want the Phantom to just kind of try and crucify you after just being sick. Because he was sick. That's the reason we had a break.
Yeah,
And he's still sick. He still has mental health problems. So I'm really not trying to go after him. I'm gonna have faith in him that he's gonna pull off a magnificent story with Rin and Sai and Naria and Isagi generating more knowledge. I would have loved to see Isagi to go to Uber still, but it's fine.
yeah, same, same. That would have been cool. That would have been cool.
I think we need to end. Wait, did you get his contact yet?
I've got it. I've got it now.
Yeah, I think we need to end it here before we get on another discussion.
Oh, trust. Before we just keep going and going and going.
Yeah, it never stops. Anyway, I
All right.
hope you all enjoyed the stream. Thank you all for having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining me as well. I'll see you guys next time. For now, take care and God bless.